We do?
Yes.
I don't know about it.
I know you don't. What's up, Breeze? Breeze cannot read, but he's doing his best. Doing his best. What's up with Bang? Oh, shout out to the Bang Gang squad. But the patrons, they were supposed to get the giveaway video yesterday. It's going to go up tomorrow. I am late on it. So tomorrow you guys will have the giveaway video. My mistake on not having it posted yesterday. I need that. Those things are taken off.
I'm just scooting this. It's just going to be right there for you.
All right. I'm just letting you know.
Neeves. Look at that.
Well,
Where did that start? Where did that come from?
Ask them. I bet you they'll all tell you.
Like, is it just because it's silly to say it like
No,
that?
no, they know exactly where it came from.
Kind of like a danger noodle?
They know where it came from.
Well, where'd it come from if you know?
Ben
Peterson?
I
don't know. I feel like it just started on the internet.
Well, grab that thing right there.
I know the sticker came from
No,
him.
the blue rag. What do you think that stands for?
It says.
What do you think that stands for?
WIGG.
Show them. What do you think that spells or stands for?
What do I think it stands for?
Yeah. It's not a word, it stands for something. Hey, Mom.
Will I understand German?
Awesome.
That's what it stands for.
What is up, guys?
Oh, will I understand German? Nope, but Dennis does. And Polo.
Yep, there you go, Ian. He knows. See, Ian knows.
I didn't know that. That totally makes sense, though.
Man, you know the last time I set something up right here and I had the iPad right here in my face. They couldn't really see it, but I could see it like right here. It worked out so good. I should have did that this time.
Oh, so you didn't have to go like this?
What's up, Steve? Did you see the message on Instagram I sent you? Did I see the message you sent me? No. Steve Yoder? No, I did not, but I will get to it after this. Seems logical says, he's talking to Mr. 2%. So, first thing we're going to talk about a little bit is this going gear stuff. Kind of curious what you guys are thinking about it. I know a lot of you guys probably have the same feeling I have had, especially for a long time, because, awesome.
I don't know where that is, though.
I don't know where that's at either.
Belleville?
I don't know. Let's look it up. So for the longest time, I always felt like, not that it was a ripoff. I don't want to say that. Hey, that sounded really weird.
Yeah.
It was Kirk with the 2 bones. Let's start this out right. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. And Mike Emler with another 2 bones. Woman in ugly gear. Thank you, Mike. Shout out to Mike Emler. Definitely go and follow his content. He does have a YouTube channel. You guys can subscribe to his YouTube channel right now. Going Gear EDC Club. So I always had the feeling, and I'm sure a lot of you had the same feeling, because if I did, I'm sure everybody did, was that it wasn't that you were getting ripped off, because you're getting your money's worth. But the thing is that usually you would only get 1 or 2 things that you would actually care about. And the other things that it was like, so what if I'm getting it because I don't really give a shit about it? Like, it's just going to end up in a box or something like that. Or maybe like some stuff, because you do get surprised and you're like, oh man, I never would have bought this. And I'm glad I have it. Cool. But the amount of money, when you count it up in your head, like, okay, I would have bought this, or this is cool that I got this. This is cool that I got this. And once you get up to that price, the other things that's added on to it, that winds up equaling more money, right? So that they can get you to do it, because you're getting more money's worth of stuff than you would have spent, or that you did spend. Those things, the things that do bring it over that price, don't matter. Like, you don't care about it. You're like, I don't want this, so it doesn't matter.
The money elsewhere.
Well,
like put into it. But how can they know? Because maybe somebody does. I feel like those boxes, they need to have boxes that are literally for like knife enthusiasts. I think if you're interest is knife specific, that those boxes aren't necessarily right for you. If you're EDC interested, like the full spectrum of like survival gear, there's always a lot of survival camping type gadgets in those boxes. And so like if you're just full on interested in the entire gambit, then like, yeah, I think it's good. I think that's where the disconnect though is if you're doing it for the knives, you're going to be like, okay, what's all this extra stuff?
Right, because the knife is the thing you're going to care about, and the rest
they
is
should
going to
just
be
have
extras.
like I think a lot of people do it. I know you need to ring that, but I think a lot of people do that because they like don't even, there's so many knives, like sometimes you don't know what you want. You just want a surprise. You just want to try something new.
I agree.
And I think that's the point of why people do it.
Mason with the 10 bones. Thank you, brother. Man, I appreciate the donations, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, I think that's the way it is, though. And I do think they stepped up their game because I think they do, like, they got a bunch of feedback, right? They, you know, like, I think, what is it? Metal Complex has been doing them for a while. I just started. I've only opened up 2 of them, but other channels have been doing it for a while. And it's not like they can't read their comments. They read the comments. They see what you guys say. So they have upped the game a little bit. Now, they obviously have to still do it to the benefit of both parties. Or should I say all 3 parties? Them, the companies sending the stuff, or I guess they could just buy this stuff at like discount prices because they're buying it like at bulk. So I guess the companies are going to make out either way, but they got to do it where at least where they make out a little bit and you're happy, and that you get more money worth of stuff than you spent. So you can't always expect every box to be, you know, just like amazing, but I do think some of the stuff is really cool because you do like this little speaker thing. I think this thing is badass. I'm going to use the hell out of this. I've already have been using the hell out of it. This little speaker thing is, you can't hear how loud it is over the microphone because the microphone that I was using in that video, the microphone's turned sideways. So it's facing me mostly. So when you guys heard it, you guys were hearing it from the side. Number 2, the microphone's not going to allow it to go up too high. Otherwise, you know, your volume would be too loud. So, but let me tell you, this thing, it bangs. But it is really cool. Now, the other things, right? The 2 knives, that was cool. That little multi-tool thing, meh. Is it worth $35? Not to me. It's really not. Like, that to me is a $10 thing, maybe. The screws things, $10 for those, $3, $4. You know what I mean? Like, so like, that's how I look at it. I look at it as like, could I get this for less money? You know, and those little tools and stuff, which don't get me wrong, that one that they sent is a good quality one, which is a big difference. You know, just like with the knives, we have, just because you can get a $3 knife doesn't mean it's as good as a $20 knife. So I do understand, like, and that thing was a pretty good quality one. And I'm talking about that thing with the ferro rod. If you guys watched the video, I'm talking as if you guys watched my Going Gear unboxing just now. If you guys didn't, go check it out. It was a pretty cool box. So I think that that's one of the good boxes. Now, that is if you are part of the premium membership. Now, if the box from the week or the month before, that one was pretty good too. That one wasn't that bad. So we'll see how they continue to go. But I think it is in their best interest to always have a good knife. Always. I think that is important if you want people to continue subscribing. And having something else in there that's badass. And also having knife supplies in there, like she was saying, you know, related to the EDC community, and then you can add a survival thing in there. I think that's a cool idea, but make sure it's actually something that when you look at it, you're like, oh man, I'm glad I got this, or this could definitely come in handy one day.
Sorry.
No, come on. You all right? Mm-hmm. You don't want that one? It's a little taller?
Nope.
All right.
It always makes me look like I'm tall. When we went to Blade Show, everybody thought I was tall. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how tiny you are.
Man, I should have brought that pad. I am
everyone
so
thought you
blind.
were short. You want to look at my phone?
No. Is next up a HelloFresh or a Blue Apron unboxing? We actually do have HelloFresh.
Yeah, I totally agree with my favorite viewer. That is a funny name. That is a funny name. His name is My Favorite Viewer. So you have to be like, oh, I totally agree with my favorite viewer.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That is a good one. That's a good one. Somebody, you know what?
Wait. Let me read his thing first, really quick. Because he said, like, if you're getting it for like trying to get things cheap, you're doing it wrong. It's for the surprise. I was over there really quick, and I was still listening, and I was thinking that exact thing. Like, if you're sitting there like divvying out price and being like, did I make out on it? I don't think that's, if you're doing it for that, like, you're going to be really sad and disappointed because, yeah, you'll always get things for slightly cheaper than, like, whatever you would if you bought the stuff individually. But
right, but like
why
Ian,
you're doing it,
like
you're
Ian
be
just
sad.
said, like Ian just said, though, the multi-tool and the screwdriver thing were gimmicky. So that's like the add-on. So was it worth it? Because you could have bought the other things at cost.
Was that orange thing in there? In that box? That one orange knife?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that but those are the cool parts, right?
Yeah.
If you would have had the premium package out by the photo box. Oh. If you would have bought the premium package, that would have been the cool parts. The 2 knives, the speaker, and then the other 2 things, which I guess when I added it up, the free things were the assassin, which was the best knife in there, and then the 2 multi-tools. So if you would have bought the speaker, that little flipper knife.
Why were the multi-tool, or I know that multi-tool card was like, that's like something you see at Cabela's or something.
Right, but it does work out. Like if you're going camping or something, you're only camping for like 3 days, it's pretty cool to have in your backpack, just in case thing. And then also like for hiking trips and stuff, you're not trying to carry 20 pounds worth of stuff. You're carrying something in case shit goes wrong.
Yeah.
Right. That's what that's for. That's not for you to go do a survival trip with. Right. You're going to bring the right tools for that. That's for shit got fucked up. I need to survive. Which I totally advocate. People have things like that, but there's only so many of them that you're going to need, use, and carry. The mustard of the month club is my favorite.
Mustard of the month.
I'll tell you what, guys. I know. I do the fragrance of the day.
Why haven't you done Scentbird yet? I'm surprised you haven't.
I know. Everybody says that. The scent of the day is a really good one today, guys. A really good one. What does this say? I feel like the drop bear has kind of ruined the other Kaisers I have. Okay, so I do have an announcement to make about this, about the drop bear. First of all, yeah, the drop bear is badass. It is. It is a badass knife, and it works so good. Now, I was wrong, right? Stasa was wrong too. So just for you guys that don't know, so OCD for EDC brought it up in one of his videos that he doesn't think that the secondary Omega springs are any thicker than the originals. Let me finish. Jesus Christ.
I thought that we found that out.
I'm telling them.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, I thought that was known information. I thought it was known.
No, okay. Because they are thicker. That's what I'm trying to get to. They are thicker, but it's not like they're doing that on purpose. Just some of them are thicker, some of them are not. So when I measured mine, my secondary pair on 2 different models were obviously bigger by look and by measurement. I measured them and they're obviously different, but it's not like they were trying to do that. It's just the Omega springs. They get wrapped up how they get wrapped up. So the secondary pair you get is not necessarily going to be thicker than the ones that are in the knife. Both mine, I didn't test the third one because the third one I'm giving away to one of you guys, which is one of these ones. But I didn't check that one. I checked the other ones, and both the other ones I have. And also, right here, this one has the original spring in it. This one has the new springs in it. And it's an obvious difference to me. They're both set on the strongest setting, and this one's an obvious stronger detent. Now, like OCD said, well, that's because these ones have been sitting in the knife, blah blah blah. But this one's been sitting in there now since I've gotten it, so I did it right away. Anyways, but yeah, so I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention. So because I got to stop saying it and make sure I correct myself about it. Yeah, I got to correct myself because I did talk to the company, and the company said, no, we're just, it's just all of them are the same.
No clue what you meant. They were like, no.
No, I talked to you. and he told me. So they're just regular. So
I meant like they had no clue, like
that I
like
said
it was
that.
no, like it was like they had no clue about it being
Some different.
Yeah, like they were like,
right,
no, they're
right.
the same.
They're just made, and sometimes some are thicker, some are thinner. Like it's not that they're like so different that they're going to make that big of a difference,
No.
but some are going to be a little bit thicker than others. It's just from the factory. But anyways, regardless, you still can adjust the strength and the tension of your spring by adjusting the springs through the notches. So that's still a thing. So don't take me wrong on that one. But just whether or not the secondary Omegas that they send, they are the same size as all of them. And I think I just seen Blade Banter in here, didn't I? I thought I did. Yeah, there he is. What's up, Blade Banter?
Purposely different. That's a good way to
Yeah, not purposely different. But mine were. I mean, like, obviously, even if you watch my Instagram post, it is clear as day. You can look at it even in the post. I didn't even measure those ones yet. But you could just, it was just obvious. You could see it.
When you open the box, you're like, oh, they sent another pair that's thicker. That's nice. Because it already seems like that would make sense.
Yeah.
They have the versatility of the strength settings.
Right.
So it would make sense that, like, they would do that. I don't know.
That's such a little yet big innovation with the adjustments. Yes, it is. But I do think that that's not a bad idea to just send stronger springs, because then you have even more leeway on your strength, right? If you have the tensioner where you can change the tension, also a secondary pair of Omegas that are stronger. Now, of course, you can buy yourself your own memory wire and do it yourself. So, hey, it's not a bad idea, right? Because if you did do that, right, and you did make a pair that was maybe a little bit too strong or a pair that's a little too weak, well, you can adjust it still. So that's awesome. So I might just do that.
I might be speaking out of turn.
What's up, brother?
I don't know the context of your conversation. Seems logical, but typically OG is an acronym for original gangster. But I don't know. I feel like people use that term all weird.
You can even just use it for original.
Right, but it means original gangster.
Hey, Just Nate became a member. Shout out to the Bang Gang squad. Thank you for all the support. Not tomorrow, but next week we have a Bang Gang Live. And speaking of the Bang Gang Live members, I'm going to talk about a couple sharpening things really quick.
What is that?
We're going to talk about it. So,
such a weird picture.
One of which is, I talk about these all the time, and this I think will help a lot of you guys that are trying to learn how to freehand sharpen. So what this is, these are
original code. That's what I know this is going to be out of context because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
So first is for ceramic rods. If you have a ceramic rod at home, which you should, if you guys haven't gotten a ceramic rod yet, go down to my Amazon link and buy one and support Neeves Knives. But the point is that this is angle guides for your ceramic rods. Now, I have it linked down in the description. Not only can you get these for your ceramic rod, where you can, I don't have my rod here, but you can set it. You can set it on your rod or in your rod here. Let's just use this marker really quick. Let's just pretend that this is the rod, right? You put it on the rod, and then you can take your knife, and it's at a perfect angle.
And it rolls with it or whatever?
No, you just slide down the rod now.
What's that thing in the middle?
So that's to spring it tight.
Oh, to your rod.
So this one is 18 degrees right here. So wham, then you can go down, then you can do this side. So that's for the rods. Now, with the pack I have linked down in the description, you have multiple different angles. You have 18, 16, 20, and 14. Now, the next thing is you have angles for your plates. So I'm going to show you exactly how they work, because I have a new stone here, also linked down in the description, which I think this is a good stone for a lot of you guys too. It's pretty affordable. It's a tri-way diamond plate. So you have a 150.
It's pretty. Why are there all those lines in it?
I'm going to explain it. 325 and a 1200. So the lines are, it's basically just to separate the grit. So like when you're going across the stone, it gives the steel that falls off your edge a place to travel and go. So that's basically all it's there for. They're not really that necessary. Also, I guess a blind person could tell what side it is by the pattern. But anyways, but it gives you a base. So you have the base. the stone, and then after you're done with the one side, you just grab it and flip it over to the next side, and then you sharpen the other side. Now, these things go right on the plate like that. You have to buy them separately. So now you can set your blade on that angle, and you have your angle. So you can go across your stone. Then you can put it over here on this side after you're done with that side, and then do this side. Now, these angles, there's a lot of angles with this one. So you have a whole pack of, I don't know, from like 25 degrees down to 14 or something. I'm not sure. Nope, this is a 12 actually right here. So lots of different angles. This one was a 15. I see it.
No,
but
there's more than one. I was just telling you.
Okay, I'm going to get to it. Thank you. But yeah, so you have all the angles you need. And I'll probably wind up giving some of these away to one of the Bang Gang members because I got 2 of them somehow.
You look like I'm creeping in the shadows.
Okay, so you said there was 2?
Yeah.
Talica with the 5 bones. Thank you, brother.
Sticker that looks like I thought it was a hippo in a wheelchair, but then I realized it's just he's running really fast, so his legs look like a circle, like in a cartoon.
Jeremiah with another 5 bones. Hey, Karen, Jared. Just showing some love and wanted to let you know I got my first Malibu. Nice. Pre-order one on the way and bought one. Also got the Nimble T. Badass, man. Yeah, that's badass. I've never owned one of the Malibus, but I have had a few of them in. Quite a few of them in. That's a really good knife. Great knife. I wish ProTech would do more hollow grinds. I think that's and it's not that I have a gripe with them about it, but I'd love to see them do more hollow grinds. I think they do robust grinds that deserve hollow grinds, and man, I would love to see that. What are you writing in the chat, baby? Why don't you just say it out loud?
Because you get mad at me.
I'm not kidding. I'm not getting mad. Go ahead, baby. I'm not mad.
No, I was just talking about how to say ambulance in German.
How?
Krankenwagen.
Krankenwagen? Is that real? That's not real, is it? Wait till you.
The only reason I learned that was because there was this post I saw online one time, and it was like showing how all the languages say ambulance. It's like English ambulance, all the other languages like ambulancia, and like going through them all, and then it's like fucking German Krankenwagen.
Wait till you hear one of the things in this fragrance.
What?
Wait till you hear it. I'll tell you.
Is it I love German has some. Oh no, you know who else has some crazy whack words? Is Icelandic.
Oh yeah.
Just like off the charts. Like, where did that come from?
Well, this thing must be an American, or I guess not American, but it's a fruit. But I never heard of this fruit. But
see,
it must be an obvious one though, because
Krankenwagen. What was that accent?
That was German.
Klank.
That was German. That was my German accent. I speak German. The Malibu is very popular and still don't do lefty hand carry. Yeah, that's kind of dumb because it's a button lock, so it's already ambidextrous. It's kind of like not doing an access lock with a reversible clip, because it's such an ambidextrous knife that it deserves it. But button locks can sometimes wind up landing in a bad spot for lefties. Like say this one, when I go to reverse flick it, I can easily do it with this one because I just kind of.
Why would that be a bad spot? That's like one of my best lefty knives for button lock.
Not specifically this one. I'm saying button locks. Period. A lot of times lefties talk about they hit the button, so it goes.
I think it's because you guys hold them like spiders. I see you guys do that. I don't know why.
It's not me saying this. It's lefty saying it.
Well. Lefty's a fraud. I saw that video.
He is right-handed, right?
Yeah. I knew it was bullshit. I could sniff it out.
But I've done it too, though, where I've literally tried to, and what I do is I have to go like this with my finger.
Yeah, you look like Spider-Man.
Right, I have to, because otherwise if I go like this, just like how I do this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If I do that over here, I'm hitting the button. So now I'm stopping the detent.
You literally don't, no spider. No spider hand.
You're lefty, though. I'm not.
So is lefty.
I know. I'm saying me though. I can tell because I hit it too.
It's just like I think what it is you guys are holding your finger up on that weird angle. You're like literally.
Your hand is small though.
But when they said
but you're going underneath it though. I land on it.
I think
my
the problem
bigger.
is that you guys all heard the term Spidey flick and we're like, oh, this is my chance to be Spider-Man.
You think you're funny. Listen,
I'm
I'm saying.
I see everybody do it. It's very weird.
My natural grip right here, it's right there. See where it lands? My finger?
You're trying to tone down your Spidey flick.
Can I do it? Of course I can, but I have to manipulate my hand in a way that stops myself.
It's not your natural way
right, that's
that you would go for.
Right.
I get it. I'm just messing with you.
I know you are.
But I seriously don't have that. I've never actually even heard that before. I guess because there's not a lot of left-handed people. It
depends on the button. A lot of them land right there. Not all of them, obviously, but some.
I literally have never thought about that. Give me that knife back. That's like one of my faves to play with.
I just ordered the EMP EDC thick boy. Them thick boys. Damn, boy, you thick. 2 bones from Metallica. I need that OG acted out super chat. He's gonna need that. He's gonna need that payment.
I have to do. Okay, it's fucking messy in here.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna have to do like, cause it's like that cartoon thing where the legs.
Just like, pretend it.
You know.
There you go. You just gotta. You don't have to actually move.
I think he's running. How am I? I have
running in place.
No. Well, I guess he actually was doing that.
Yeah.
He was doing
I didn't see him move.
Like that.
All right. It's actually a reverse flick. Yes, a reverse flick.
People that aren't OGs don't know about that.
I had somebody in my video where I taught people, where I was teaching people how to reverse flick, because I got a ton of comments like, how are you doing that? Blah, 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 blah. So I made a short on it. And then I got a bunch of comments bitching at the term reverse flick as if I fucking, developed it. As if I invented the word. Like they were all like going in on me like, listen, I didn't make this word up. Like this isn't my word.
What was that? What was
reverse
their issue
flick
with the word though?
Why is it called a reverse flick?
Because it's on the opposite side from which you would normally.
Right, but regardless, I didn't make the word up. I'm just saying the same word. It's like say detent, right? Why the fuck would you call that a detent, right? It's like I didn't name the detent. That's what it's called. I also had a guy. I had a guy earlier. Listen, I had a guy earlier say, which this is the messed up part because I did. He goes, "I unsubscribed because you never tell me the knives in your video, right?" And that was in the short, right? And I had to comment to him. I pin them in every comment at the top of the comments and in the description, buddy. Every single time. So every single short.
So long to talk in the
I only have so long to talk. I'm not going to sit there and go through it. This is a 300 grit diamond plate. This is my stone holder. This is my this. This is my blah 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 knife. This is my. By then, I'm done with the fucking short. So I didn't get to say anything I wanted to say. I link everything in the top comment. Like, look around before you unsubscribe for a ridiculous reason.
He probably was never subscribed.
No, he's watching right now. I'm saying it to him right now.
Yes, Jeremiah. The thing is it's not bullshit. You know that lefty video. They all think that lefty video was like a joke.
I know. But they don't know though because he said it was a joke.
Yeah, that's why it's
that's the joke.
That's the joke.
That's the joke.
Like he's being facetious, like, oh, it's a joke. No, it's real, guys.
Fucking trickster.
Fraud.
Shilling fraud. Where is he? Every time I say his name, he seems to pop up. Where the fuck is this guy? He's like
unsubscribed. It's Spanky.
Oh man.
Ponto.
I've noticed the comments of your shorts are always a bunch of holes compared to just your
because they reach a huge audience.
Yeah, they get to an audience that doesn't watch the content. They just show up, so they comment.
They're out there in the wild.
You don't even know how old they are. That's why a lot of times, like in the beginning, I tended to not argue with them, but I tended to talk with them. Now it's gotten to the point where if they have like just a direct question, I'll answer it. But if they're going in on something, this guy could be 12 years old, right? I don't know. Like I have had people say, like when they ask a real question, I answer them, but I get some comments that make it seem like they're like getting you, like they're one-upping you, like kind of like this. Like I'll do a video where I sharpen a knife and I lower the angle, so now I have a very low angle and it's incredibly sharp. And then I'll get 100 comments from guys like, yeah, but the second you use it, it's going to be dull. And it's like, if you knew what you were talking about, you'd know it's the opposite way. Like a low angle edge actually gets better edge retention than a high angle. Like, no, the edge that was on it before would have gone dull very, very quickly because it was a super high angle. Now it has a low angle, so now it's going to have a longer lasting edge. Is it as tough? No, it's not as tough, but the knife is a small little EDC knife that doesn't need toughness, right? It's already a tough steel, and it's like the one was the mini bag lighter, right? Why do I need a hard use edge on a mini bag lighter? Like, that's a ridiculous thing. So, but they think that they're saying something so brilliant, and I'm not like trying to be mean or anything. They just don't know. But there's no point for me to sit there and debate and talk to them when who knows who they're, and they could be trolling me or whatever. And yeah, Dennis with the 99-cent super sticker. What was it? Telica with the 2 bones. I've been subbed before COVID. That's a fact. That is a fact.
Super sticker.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need a mask.
I hate shorts. Literally, they're always the most random ones
Telica?
popping up.
Haven't
like,
you been subbed way before COVID? I feel like you've been here forever.
Well, it depends on the shorts. So I always try to drive my shorts towards teaching something. Not always, but most of my shorts are teaching something. Like I'm trying to sum up something that I could explain. Obviously is going to be better explained in a longer video, but where I can sum it down in 60 seconds. So, and I'll have to take a specific thing, or I sharpen on there, and I'll just show people the before and after and stuff like that, but I'll show a little bit of the sharpening process. But I try to teach something when I can in 60 seconds. So, which I do get a lot of comments. A lot of people love it. So, because if you can learn something in 60 seconds, that's awesome. What?
Dave said your shorts have been very helpful, and he really appreciates your replies to his questions.
Awesome. Hell yeah. See, I appreciate that.
Not smart to argue with Jared about knives.
The things, the lies.
Yeah, I've tried it before. It never goes well.
Day.
Yeah, they were talking about me. Remember when there was that super sticker where it was the rocket, and he like flies by, and I like ran away and like really quickly drew a full-on rocket on that piece of paper, and I lit it up with a lighter.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I lit it on fire or something like that and ran with it.
That's funny. Yeah, and I was getting mad because it's like something's gonna break.
But that's how we got those donos back in the day.
Now we got too much breakables in here.
And then there was always the one people would. I think Breeze used to do it all the time. That one where it's the sticker is like a hippo or something sitting in an office chair and it like breaks.
Oh yeah, it falls backwards.
I would full on fall. Like no.
Don't do that.
I wouldn't even put my arms down.
Now it's not safe. There's way too many knives and bull heads.
I would probably hit that thing back there and
all the knives are just.
Yeah, we were sitting on the chair the other day, and you leaned back, and remember I said that, and we were just thinking about.
And now, ever since, all I can think about is that.
I know.
Like literally, I've had nightmares of this thing. Like
I don't like.
Knife in the foot.
I didn't like the idea of it for the day. It's a beautiful piece of
art.
I love it. Scares me.
I love it, but I would love to put it in a position to where it's protected and it cannot be knocked over. Like I couldn't drop a chair on it or nothing.
Like an edge cover for each of the knives. Like you know how the kitchen knives always come with that thing.
Or get some sort of rubber band or something on it.
Rubber band.
Yeah, where like if it falls, it's just gonna hang.
I don't even care about it falling. Well, I mean, I do care about it.
That's what I'm worried about.
But I mean, like I'm saying, like an edge guard, like that comes like those little plastic things you slip on to the knives where it goes around the edge into the tip. Like the kitchen knives always come with them.
Yeah, we could do something like that. But
so if it does fall, it doesn't stab your foot.
I'm thinking about literally if I kicked it right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking.
Why would you be kicking the wall?
I'm saying if something falls, like if I drop a chair on it or something and it hits it, and 5 of them fall. Yeah. Right. Or if I fall down.
I know.
For whatever reason, right? Like you think of like
things.
That
happens.
Anyways, sorry, I missed a super chat. Antimatter says, congrats on the 202K. Fuck yeah. I received a Griptilian from DLT and it's a perfect example. Benchmade seems to be stepping up their quality control. That's a fact. I actually have a Benchmade in my pocket right now. Yeah, I'm very happy with their quality control lately. They've been doing a really good job. They have stepped it up. Even their heat treat on, I talked about it too. The heat treat on that D2, the CPM D2, was the best D2 I've felt in a long time. I can't speak for everybody else's, but mine in particular, it felt very good on the stone. The steel felt good. The deburring, everything felt phenomenal. Like I said, the only other CPM D2 that I felt that, or D2 period that I felt that was that good was from Medford. So this is the Trauma. I recently did our first impressions on it. It's got the seatbelt cutter on the other side. Glass breaker. Somebody left me a comment. Listen to this really quick. I did the first impressions on this, right? These are the comments I got. These are the comments I got. The comment was no serrations and no glass breaker. That can't be a rescue knife. There's a glass breaker, and I showed a picture at the very beginning that you could get this in different models that are serrated. Like, did you fucking watch? Like, I showed you that there was a
don't have a place to make.
I know.
You know why?
I know.
Why? What am I gonna say?
Because I am super impatient and I fast forward.
No, not that. That's not what I was gonna say. No. What I was gonna say was that any time there's anything that requires like 2 seconds of reading, it could be like the smallest thing or just like glancing.
It wasn't reading though. I showed a picture.
Even
I stopped reading. I don't make you guys read shit. Maybe linked in the description.
I'm not even talking about reading. It could be reading, but it could be just anything like a picture that pops up or something. You're going in on something without even having glanced at the fucking facts. You do that all the time. You have no place to make that comment, and you know it. Yeah,
but I put a picture up. Listen,
okay,
I want to say something really quick.
Oh, no.
I want to say something. What?
Oh, no.
Uh-oh, what? Ha! You're not doing it. You're not doing it. We got 10 bones from Q1 Fiend with the sticker. Jamie K with another 2 bones. Best pull through sharpener for... You got to stop. From Max and Met. I don't think there is one. Ed Durbin with another 10 bones. Insert smartass comment here. I'm out of good crap to say, so someone fill it in for me. Thank you guys for the donations, man. Thank you. And I can't believe you guys got her to do that again. So
it was Q1 Fiend. Are you telling me that his $10 wasn't worth me landing on my...
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay. Because this is a very dangerous area.
Well,
listen.
He also said he would pay for my medical bills if I got hurt.
There's fucking
we're good.
There's tripwires everywhere in this room. Tripwires.
Okay, before you get to all this other stuff, can you
Yeah, I gotta explain something.
I know, but you got me all messed up. I wanted to say whatever. Just go.
What's up, Luke?
Just go ahead. Just go.
Okay, so you guys see the light in the background. I finally had to charge it. The last live, I didn't see when it went dead, but it was on at the beginning. It wound up going dead during that live at some point, I guess. But I wound up having to charge it. It wound up lasting like, I don't even know, probably like 8 to 10 days in a row, which is crazy. Like I said, you can charge off of it. I do have an old light link if you guys ever want to get one. But damn it, is that thing good? It lasts so long. I cannot believe it. But that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is that if you guys watch that Going Gear, I just thought this was kind of funny. When I did the Going Gear, right, video, when I was doing the radio and I was showing my phone because I linked this to my phone so I can play whatever's on my phone on the speaker. I switched to next because you can click this and go to the next thing. Birdshot popped up, right? So Birdshot's video popped up. And, I wasn't going to edit it out or anything. Shout out to them. But they fucking hate us. So it's like, and I ain't got no problem with them. I don't have no problem with them.
And technically we don't know that.
No, but they definitely don't like us. That for sure they don't like us. They've blocked us. They've erased our messages. Like... Yeah, but anyways, I still shouted them out and showed you guys them. But I thought that was funny that of all channels to pop up when I clicked next, it was Birdshot.
We did ever?
Yeah, I can't figure out what we ever did to them. The only thing I could think of is I know when they did that video, they were talking about us. Do you remember when they were trying to say we were buying views? I was so happy
for my birthday when
Blade
HQ drew the Birdshot on my box. I took like this picture with it. I was so happy.
That wasn't Birdshot that did that.
I know, but I was happy because it was like the Birdshot. I was like,
Blade HQ drew it.
And then and I was happy because they liked the post on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
and I was like super happy. I was like, what if they follow us? Like I was like.
And they wound up following us for a long time.
Yeah,
but the point is, though, is that, man, we always liked them. And then
they were half the reason that I got it. Like that was one of the tools you used to get me into knives. Was showing me their videos.
Yeah.
I remember the first video I saw was them with the mini sheepdog. It wasn't even out yet, and yeah, it's sad.
Dennis with the 2 bones. I'm paying for shipping. Will take me some time. No problem, man. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we always liked them. But then when they did that video, they didn't say they were talking about us, but they were clearly talking about us. And that's when I realized. That's when I learned that they didn't like us, because I tried to leave them a comment and they deleted it and then blocked me.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that, Shane. That was so awkward.
Adventure Man with the 2 bones. Have you used the Olight arc field? Yeah, I actually got it right up there. I used it yesterday, actually. Not nothing long term, but I've used it like for like little things. Like I came in the studio and I didn't have the lights on and I couldn't see anything and I needed to find something, so I popped that on. So yeah, I've used it. Not a lot yet. We'll wind up taking it for a walk though, and I'll really see how much throw it's got, because that's the one thing I don't know yet, how much throw it really has. But yeah, I've used it. I like it because it looks good. It's a good looking light. So next thing, so scales, because we did talk about, we did put it in the video about dressing up your knives.
Hey, really quick, Pants, have you talked to him lately?
Not in a couple weeks.
But he's just been busy, right? Like,
yeah, working and stuff.
Everyone was asking where he is. I know his job is very taxing.
So you guys know I have my K390 PM2. I recently bought some Rips Garage scales. I got some Purple Haze fat carbon fiber. Let me take it out of this thing really quick, because that'll help. So this is what it's going to look like. Sorry. And then the other side is like this. Very cool. I love how it like plays with the light. Then I got a Rips Garage purple titanium clip. I was going to get the fat carbon fiber one, but he did not have any, I was going to get the purple, Timascus one. Sorry, excuse me. Timascus one, but he didn't have any with the purple left. So it was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to get one that matches. And all the ones he had in stock were like green and different colors. So I said, all right, screw it. I'll just get the purple one. But I'd love to get a fat carbon fiber one. And then I got the purple hardware for the clip. Then I have technically purple hardware because he didn't have, which was weird because I had to order purple hardware from a different company because I don't think he had any in stock that were purple. But he did anodize me some clip ones. Maybe I can contact him and have me make me some body screws. But I got some purple body screws coming. So soon, this beach will be dressed up. Next thing I got, really quick, baby, hang on one second, is I don't have it here because I sent it out. But I got some micarta scales for the Capara. Oh, man, I should have made you guys guess what this was for. But this is for the Capara. Yes, baby, go ahead. So dressing up some knives here soon. Dressing up some knives. Blades and Fades. Shout out to Blades and Fades. Go and follow his channel. What?
Look at my eyelashes on the camera. What do you think?
Your eyelashes?
Yeah. I just looked up and saw that. I was like, oh no. Mine are real though, not fake. There's this guy who has a YouTube channel. Every time like women are talking with those really big fake eyelashes, he says that all he can see is like the Disney cartoon.
And then when you hear him say it, when you look at it,
that's
you literally see all you, because
those big.
They're so big, like they have to blink like this.
Yeah, he's like, it must weigh down their eyes. That's why they're blinking so much. And he showed that image of like 4 of them, and they looked like when you see like goats on the field, where they're all just like blinking in succession, all together with their eyelashes. So weird.
Okay, so we gotta talk about double-edged blades really quick, and then we're gonna talk about this Atoma diamond plate cover I have. So we gotta talk about the double-edged blades though, because I did put it in the description.
I'm so sorry. Really quick, because it was such a long time ago and I don't want to forget. Seems Logical asked about your shorts reverting back to how you were teaching things.
I don't understand
your shorts. You teach shit.
Oh, yeah.
He said, can you make a short teaching how to properly unsheathe a kukri? Because he says he always sees people making videos about it, but they like pull it out where like the curb is like scraping up the edge. That actually would be a good video. A little short one.
Yeah, I'm sure I could figure something out like that.
I'm sure you could figure it out too. I believe in you.
Well, I'm sure I could get it all in 60 seconds. So
I do believe in you.
Thank you. So double-edged blades. I'm curious of your guys' thoughts on them. I was never a huge fan for a couple reasons. One is that I had a double-edged blade here one time. I actually have some here right now too, but besides this one and another one, but it was a full double-edged blade, and I kept going like this. And it's just a habit, right? When you have a double-edged blade, you have to be used to a double-edged blade because it's very likely you're going to go like this or like this on it. Now, this one is only from here forward, so I have the ability to go like this or like this, I guess. Now, this isn't a locking knife, so you're less likely to really bear down on it or anything. You're going to most likely go like this. But for knives, though, with double edges, in a lot of places they're illegal, they can be pretty cool because you have the ergos, right? You have the ergos of a push cut, of you breaking down cardboard or whatever. But when you need to cut a rope or something like that, you don't have to turn around and turn your knife around and get it into an uncomfortable grip. You can keep it in the same very comfortable grip and use the back edge to cut the strap or the rope. So that does make it pretty cool.
To be fair, in the case of that knife, isn't it just a rectangle though? Is the grip really different?
It's a spear point. No, yeah, for that but that's why I said for other double.
Really quick, you have a Medford Praetorian review or no? We don't have. Do we have a review though up on it? Okay, the answer is yes, U.S. Patriot. Do you know what it's titled? Probably Medford Praetorian review. That would be my best guess.
Something like that.
Also, Dennis, what are you talking about when you said Jared's response made you angry? I'm so confused. All right, anyway, go ahead. Done.
What response?
I don't know. You fucked up somewhere. You did something to Dennis.
Gosh,
you better fix it. You better fix it now.
So I also have this one right here, which is only halfway up, like we were talking about with the other one. So with ones like this, same thing. I can still put my thumb on the spine. I can still if I need to put my finger there, I can.
That's scary.
I'm just saying I can if I need to go like this, because like when you do a utility cut, you don't want to be back here. If I gave you something dense.
I'm sorry, your inhale to recenter yourself before speaking to me after that comment was absolutely fucking the whole reason I said that.
Well, because you'd want to do something dense.
Baby, I was joking.
Right? If you're just opening plastic or tape, it's fine. You can just do a pinch grip. But if you have to actually get down into something, you almost need that leverage to hold it straight so it doesn't, go like this.
Yeah, you pissed off Dennis. He's going to send you to the cranking wagon.
No,
he's going to send you to the cranking wagon.
No, Dennis loves me.
You did something to him.
But
I don't know what.
I don't know how you guys feel about double-edged blades, but I do think that they can have some benefits when they're done right. But I do think a full double-edged blade can actually be a little dangerous for EDC. Now, if it's just a self-defense knife, that is one thing. But if it's anything towards EDC, yes, you already answered this.
Oh, I see.
What do you say? You did a review on the Medford Praetorian Genesis. Is that the same knife model or not? Yeah, it is. But they have the Praetorian Tie or T. I did the minis. I did the full-size one. I've done them all. Yes.
James K became a member.
We have a new member, James K. Shout out to the Bang Gang Squad. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support. Double-edged blades are for villains in the 70s movies. Who needs it? I turn around every day 20 times. Yeah, I get it. I do too. But
you really think cutting performance lacks in a double-edged knife?
Well,
banter?
That might be true.
What are the main?
Okay, so one thing. No, this is the thing. You do get the ability to turn it around and use the other edge. So you could say I have twice as much edge. But the thing is, though, is that a double-edged blade almost always starts the grind off in the middle. So you have neither good edge. You have neither good blade geometry here or here. So you lose good blade geometry.
Got like that 940 geometry.
Exactly.
See?
Now picture.
You guys don't think I know. I know.
Now picture an edge on the spine of that too. You're not going to have good edge retention on either
one. Do you
one.
really have double the edge when you can only physically use one edge at a time?
Well, yeah, the point is that if this one goes dull, I have this one to work with now. That's the point. You tried, you failed.
I'm staring a hole through your head.
I know you are. I feel it. I feel it.
Sometimes I feel like I have lasers and they can just...
Has response to BS video about buying views.
Yes, James, I know.
His response, yeah. Is that what you're mad about? My response to BS? Is that what it's about?
Yeah, because you clearly bought the views.
But is that what he's saying he's mad at me about? No. I thought I was very humble, very controlled, and I explained myself very well in that video. We can watch it right now. I'll pull it up.
For a fucking liar, you did.
You fucking liar.
What are 2 or 3 hard-use fixed blades that you recommend?
Can you answer U.S. Patriots inquiry about what you think of the Medford Praetorians? He has asked 4 times. This guy's asked a question 4 times. I thought we answered
the Praetorian question.
But from U.S. Patriot?
Yeah. Wasn't that what I answered about the review?
He's probably asking me what I think about it now. If he is, this is my problem with it.
Well,
so
you're answering a question you don't even know that it exists.
I'm guessing. I'm jumping ahead. Okay. There's some Medfords I really like, and then there's some Medfords I'm not a big fan of. Okay, the Praetorian's just one of them I'm not a big fan of. Is it cool? Yeah. Is it badass? Yeah. Is it just way overbuilt badassery? Yeah.
Oh, you were right.
Practical? No. It's uncomfortable as all hell, in my opinion, right? If you think it's comfortable, if somebody in the chat thinks it's comfortable, good for you. I personally think it's super uncomfortable. I think it feels like I'm holding, like there's everything sharp on it. The jimping is sharp. Now you could say it's made for gloves. Okay, but that still makes it bad for EDC, right? Because I'm not going to be using gloves on an EDC basis. I'm going to be using gloves at work. So to me, the geometry is so thick, like it's ridiculous. It's beyond what knives need to be. It's in the realm of a pry bar, right? A sharpened pry bar, and that's what it is. Now, that's badass, right? It's a knife you could be super hard on, and I have no doubt that thing can't take a hell of a lot of abuse. But as an EDC knife, it's not the best. As a collector, cool, badass knife, that's where it's at. It's a cool, badass, heavy-duty hitting knife that if you wanted to really, beat on a knife, you could do that one. So, the thing is, though, is it's not going to be, like, put it this way. If I took another knife and put it in competition with that knife to do any job a knife is made for, that knife will lose every day of the week.
Even like hard chops?
Even hard use, because there's other...
No, I didn't say hard use. Like hard chops, like whipping into a log.
Right, but in that case...
Like a V-cut into a log.
Right, but in that case, now you're talking about a machete or something, right?
I'm not saying verse it against a machete. I'm saying if you took an EDC knife and you took a Praetorian and you V-cut a log, who's winning?
It'll V-cut a log better.
But you said any task.
EDC task. Everyday carry task.
You said that.
Yeah. Like cutting tasks.
Somebody go robotic.
I said cutting tasks.
Right, that's a cutting task.
No, it's a chopping task. That's not cutting. Cutting means you put the edge up to it and pass through it. Just saying. But badass? Yes, it's badass.
Hard chops equals kukri. Dude, seems logical. We'll take any moment to say the word kukri, I've noticed, and I think it's so funny.
Serrations belong on the secondary edge on daggers.
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
Adventure Man, thank you for the 2 bones.
If you're gonna have the extra edge, maybe.
Well, that's what a lot of microtechs do, and they do that because it's a self-defense knife first. So it does a lot of damage going in. If you're going to have to cut, it's going to do a lot of damage. And then if you do use it as an EDC knife, for the moment, you can use the serrations to cut, a rope or something. Yeah.
Are my laser beams broken? Because I was trying to get your attention.
I can feel it. Trust me.
Okay, good. Is it hot right here?
Very.
That's right where I stare.
Look,
I stare right into your
temple. Do I have a red dot right there?
Yeah, I must have got off course.
You got me.
Listen, though, do you know what serrations I actually love?
VAF.
Don't read my mind. How'd you know?
They're fucking lasers, man.
How'd you know? No, seriously, what the fuck? How did you know that?
Kirk Emerson with the 2 bones. Thank you for the 2 bones, brother. Please pay me for my views. You're behind on your payments.
Oh, yeah, that's like
I need my money. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Why did you know that?
I just know things.
No. That was too specific. I say, what kind of serrations do I like? And you just go VEF out of nowhere?
Because those are the best serrations.
I know, but I never liked the thing you like, it seems like, with knives. So it's weird that you would say that. We had this CRKT one time. It was like assisted. It was forever ago. And it had VEF serrations. And I realized, like, these are actually useful serrations.
Yeah.
Like, they actually were, like, they shred through stuff.
Yeah,
like, if
they
you
do.
just need to get something from being like this to being like this, it'll do it.
Also, straps, ropes. It just rips through shit.
no.
That was the one benefit, man. Those VEF serrations, they tear through stuff. Clean cuts, no. But ripping and tearing, the ripping and the tearing, really good.
That's my eyes. That was
VEF serrations are the only way to go, Adventure Man
says. $10
says.
that Jared forgot. Specifically, Jared, not me. I would
It's
never
my
forget.
money and I need it now. Oh, man. What was that from? James K with the 10 bones to buy more views.
Thank you.
Ooh, man. How many can I get for $10?
I don't know. That's actually a good question. You know who would know?
Birdshot.
Because they did it.
I think they talked about it in the video. How many they
They
got?
bought like
700. No, they bought
5,000
They bought
or
1,000. They
1,000?
bought 1,000. And when I checked the
but it
video,
was on a really old video, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, I think they had gotten like 800 views when I checked it, or like 600 views. So they didn't even get the full 1,000. Go with the 10 bones. Sup, everyone? Jared and Kara. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'm just stopping by to say what up.
Yeah,
What's up, brother?
We're in big trouble with Boo.
Why?
He constantly tags.
I know. I see him. I see him.
And I don't feel like you do that.
I do. I see them. I like them. Sometimes I put them on my story.
He's very serious.
I know he is, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You're indebted.
No, don't stop because I appreciate it.
All of a sudden it's just you.
I appreciate everybody who does that for our channel, for the Instagram.
I saw that and I was like,
don't you?
What do you mean?
Appreciate that people tag us and put us in our stories and all that shit. I love that stuff.
Absolutely. I feel like he's gonna show up at our door and I don't know. He's gonna be mad.
I see them all. If I miss one, it's because you only have 24 hours to look.
I know where that's from though.
If I mess up and I don't see that shit for 24 hours, I get pissed. What?
I know where that's from.
What?
That thing before when you're like, where's that from?
Which one? I don't remember. What was it?
It's my money and I need it now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What was that?
I have a structured settlement
and I need cash now. Yeah. Call JG Wentworth 8775.
No, 877 cash now.
877 cash now. Yeah.
Don't put shame on JG Wentworth.
Yeah.
Smartest marketing scheme.
Yeah, she is.
Earth.
Yeah, she is.
Who's she?
He said you're getting on my ass.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't put Boo in the car. Never would do that.
I love you. Sorry, I won't do that anymore.
I know. You're
sorry.
Yeah, James got it. 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
I loved the I'm tagging Kara and why the
Where
940
the fuck did that ever go?
I don't like the 940. What do you mean? Where'd what go? The JG
Wentworth?
We just don't watch TV. That's where it went.
That's true.
I loved the one where it was like an opera, though.
Yeah, like, all of them.
They had different ones.
877
but the classic opera was definitely the best one. Yeah, the low voice. 877 cash. No, dum. Genius.
Okay, guys, just so you guys know, we're gonna say this really quick. If you guys always complain about the fucking, I don't know, do I have a CIVIVI sitting here? I do not.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I do. You guys are always complaining about the CIVIVI clips. Why didn't they put a titanium mill clip? Why didn't they use a titanium mill clip? Well, they're linked down in the description. You can get, if you click on the link, you can get black or the raw. The fucking reflection.
Do you think that's how they sound? Because that was a really funny impression.
Well, I say the same thing. Like, well, I don't know why they didn't just do a titanium mill pocket clip on this, right? Because like on this is a titanium clip. But it's not a milled clip, right?
That's titanium and not milled?
Yes. It's a titanium spring clip, which is cool. I don't mind.
That's super cool.
But you can get the milled clips, black or this color, in which they will fit 90% of all the CIVIVIs. It's by CIVIVI and we. So I could drop it right on this one right now if I wanted to, but I'm waiting for my black one to show up. So if you click the link, you can switch to the color you want. And then they send hardware with thread locker already on it. So just letting you guys know if you guys want to, because you know, you can swap any clip or whatever, and then you can use your deep carry clip on something else if you wanted to.
Aaron,
Just a thought. Somebody else brought it to my attention. So,
Aaron, I would be very interested to hear your 2 complaints on
Later,
the
Vu.
drop bear, please. Also, guys, I for some reason the thing I'm reading comment, you know, normally I always catch comments. The thing I'm reading on tonight is not highlighting it when you guys do @NEEVESKNIVES. So I apologize because for some reason, like I literally the only ones that are sticking out are the mods.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not seeing them either on here.
It never does it on there, but we normally have the iPad. I just have my phone.
Yeah.
But for some reason, my phone it's just not highlight. It's highlighting my name in light gray, which is super unhelpful on a black background. So.
See, Quentin, I don't find that to be true. Yes, there's some, right? Like the Assassin, and that's the only one I can think of right now. But some of them are really good. Like these ones, these wide lay down ones where they lay down a little flatter are really, really good. Most of them, in my opinion, are really good. Some of them, yes, but you're gonna have some of them that are like that. But even on the original, like this one does not bother me at all. On
I really think it
the
depends
bear
on your
super comfortable to me, but I'm literally physically trying to make it uncomfortable, and it's just not.
It
Some of them,
depends on your hand. I also think the larger your hand is, the worse clips are that like clip poke is going to be.
Well, what it matters if it stops, if your hand stops on this corner, and mine always does because I have a large hand. But like even like this one, not uncomfortable at all for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I rarely, and it's obviously like if I put a knife in my left hand, of course it doesn't bother me, but like I rarely have it where if I hold a knife in my right hand, that the clip has ever even barely touched me. I feel like it's oh, this one really comes up.
That one sucks.
But see, like
but that's a buck.
Again though, like if you say it sucks, like I don't know if it's just the way I hold knives, but like it truly. I think maybe because my hand is smaller, my palm really hits it at a different point. Like if your hand is bigger, a different part of your palm is hitting the clip than mine.
Yeah, but what's happening with me is I'm thinking of it like, so when I'm pushing, so right now, this thing, look at my hand. Did you see that?
You like curl it into your
all I'm doing is just,
fat.
Look, I'm just squeezing it as if I'd go like this right now, right?
Maybe you need to lose weight in your hands.
Yeah.
Do some hand
It's on the spine. That's why we're talking about the buck right now.
The buck. What kind of buck is it?
The buck Sprint Pro. This corner really gets you. Anyways.
Yeah, I noticed that when I picked it up, it's like comes up really really high. Yes, hand fat. That's a thing.
I need the Kaiser drop bear. Yeah, it's a good one. GM says I have 2 of those clips. I put them on my Elementum and button lock Elementum. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm waiting for my black one to probably put it on this one. This one's already a titanium clip, so I might switch this one for another one. But I have a few that I'd like to switch, and I might buy a few more, to be honest.
Do we have a black drop bear? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Aaron.
Stasa's in the house. Shout out to Stasa23. Definitely go and follow his channel. Their clips are mostly comfortable during my cut test. It's definitely depending on the hand size, for sure.
So Aaron's 2 gripes with the drop bear is that it's that black finish scratches easily, which I totally. I mean, it's aluminum though, right? Is this aluminum?
Yes.
Yeah, it's I feel like that happens with almost every aluminum knife though. So I feel like the gripe is almost just more that it's aluminum. Because most aluminum scales with any sort of treatment like that are always like jacked up. And then also, obviously, yeah, T6 screw. Nobody likes that. Also, when you said ear screw, I thought that was a real term, and I felt so stupid for not knowing what an ear screw was, but he meant rear screw. So,
Joe, thank you for asking. We're doing great. Shout out to Joe from Steel Forged and Fired. Definitely go and follow his channel as well. Vu already left. I know I got to catch up, guys.
Vu
I'm
keeps
sorry.
leaving, but then commenting, and it's so funny.
We love it. We love it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. And I know there's a coating on it because I hate coated aluminum. I can tell just putting on my hand on it because it feels like chalky. I hate it. I hate it. I'm so sad that that's what that knife is made out of.
That's awesome, Bob. Yeah, he's got great content. Definitely go and check him out. Also, check out Joe's content as well. View can't stop talking knives.
I know.
Gets the best of us.
He's like, all right, I'm leaving. I got to get ready. I got to go. And then I'm like, he'll be like, yep, it is treated.
I didn't know they made a Desert Warrior or a Desert Warrior Elementum.
Oh, dessert. That is funny.
But it turns out I really like that little knife. Might have to get a nicer one. Yeah, dude, they're awesome. I got a few of them. They're really good. I'll tell you what though, man. It's gonna come close to the wire. But this drop bear could possibly be the best knife of the year as far as just like a functional good EDC.
Yeah.
And the price, I'll be honest, the price is a little bit hefty because you got to consider like this is made overseas, right? This is made in the USA with Magna Cut, and it's $138.
Do you know what I do appreciate?
You know, yeah, it's FRN, so you got to take that into consideration. But still, what?
You know what I do appreciate about this though? The blade shape. I like that it's like, what would you call this? Droppy spear point thing.
A droppy spear point thing? It's a spear point.
And it feels droppy.
It's a spear point.
Okay.
Well, yeah, no, actually it is. That's exactly what Stasa said too. A droppy. That's exactly what he said too. You know why though? Because the tip does line up perfectly with the center of the pivot.
But it's technically not perfect in the middle.
Well, what I was going to say is technically the spine and the edge do not do the exact same thing. The tip does drop down lower.
But I like that. That's what I was going to say. I actually like that, like, because normally I don't go for knives of that shape because I always like downward facing tips.
You know what you call it though?
A dreer point?
A modified spear point.
Oh, not a dreer.
Bang!
I thought it was a dreer point. I guess
almost. You were close.
The fucking clown over here.
How's the center on that buck sprint? It's actually okay. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I did take it apart and clean it up a bit. But yeah, it's good. Actually, it wasn't when I got it though. I had to fix it.
JD for EDC is at 1.64K subscribers.
Oh,
when I found his channel, he only had like 500 subscribers. That's
damn, man.
Massive growth.
Think about if everybody.
That wasn't even that long ago.
If everybody in here right now wouldn't subscribe to him, think about it.
That would
how many people do we have in here right now?
Well, you have to not account for it. There's 128, but some people are already subscribed.
Foot.
Ooh, so I bet there's at least 20 of you.
It's close to a drop foot. How are you beautiful people rocking the vision? Thank you, James. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Price is double edge for knives. I want to buy American made, but can't resist buying Chinese instead. Well, as long as the price is right, you know, like you want to make it because you already know that it's more affordable to make, right? So if it winds up becoming the same price, then you know you're paying more for it, right? You know you're paying, they're overcharging is what I'm saying. Because like say certain companies, like, and I'm naming like We Knives, they do some, even like Kaiser with their premium stuff. They do stuff that is so high quality, right, for the money that if you were going to get that USA made with those materials, with that build quality, it would cost you a lot of money, right? So when the price starts going up and it starts getting comparable to a USA made knife with the exact same materials, then it doesn't feel as good. You might as well buy the USA because in that case, you're at least supporting the US. As long as the knife is good and you like the knife and blah, 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 blah. Bang, gang!
Bang, gang!
Kirk Emerson with the
whoa, that
5 bones. When you mention Michael Emler, I always confuse him with Felix Imler. I subbed to both. Also, Stasa needs to do lives so we can super chat him. I say that too. I always say that. Why aren't you doing more lives, Stasa? Tell the people why you refuse to do more lives. Another really cool knife, man, I really like. It's small, but damn, it is a good knife.
I can't see what that is through the camera.
The Terzola.
Oh, I love that knife too.
Yeah,
it's like the first
snappy.
really thin knife that doesn't feel uncomfortable in my hand.
It is very thin, but very fidgety.
Very thin.
Great little knife. The mini sheepdog with the removable flipper tab. 4V. Oh, man. Look at how smooth this thing is. Just look at this. Complete fall shed action. Detent is perfection. And I like how they added the jimping to the flipper tab. You can remove it. Kara doesn't want me to remove this one.
No.
Because I have a bunch already with remove flipper tabs.
Yeah, didn't you?
I got M390,
154
CM.
Force me, like before, not flipper tab sheepdogs existed.
Yeah.
He was trying to force me to
cut
shave it off of my other one.
Yeah.
It was
That's
like
true.
a thing for a long time in our videos where
because
he
they
would,
didn't have it yet. They didn't have one yet. They had
you were all innovative
and
about
I wanted to cut one off and add a hole. I wanted to do both.
Yeah, I wasn't having it, and I gave it away so that it could be safe in a good home.
Anyways,
I did.
Now you can actually just remove it yourself or put it back on with that screw hole. And this one's in 4 fucking V. What a great steal, man. My little mini bag lighter, that thing has one of the sharpest edges in my collection right now. JD for EDC, should I buy the upgrade for the Work Sharp Elite to use more stones or just get the KME kit? Just get the KME kit.
Just get the KME? You know, I know that answer because it is one of the most highly asked questions in our Instagram messages. And like I always would have to ask Jared, like, what do you think? What do you think? And at this point, I have the answer memorized. He always says that. Unless you don't have because is the cost of the upgrades? What's the cost of the upgrades for the Work Sharp comparable to the actual?
It's a little less. It's a little less.
But you've also put money into the Work Sharp already, so ultimately it's more.
If you already have a Work Sharp, then you might as well get the upgrades, right? Because then you can get any stones you want. Now, if you get the KME, you can get any stones you want already. So you already get diamond plates, and you can always buy more stones. So that's all you have to add on is more stones to the KME. Now, the KME is going to cost you a little bit more, but it is a little bit better system. There's just a lot of details about it. Now, with the Work Sharp, if you're strapped for cash and you only have a little bit of monthly, then it works out because you can buy the Work Sharp, then in a couple months buy the stone holder, then in a couple months buy stones. You can kind of just build it as you go. So it just depends on you.
Really quick, I want to read this because I want to give the other side here about the aluminum scales. Vu said, the Kaiser aluminum scales was done with an oxidization that makes it very durable. Matted finish with that color. The metal oxidization layer.
What?
Matted finish with that color, the black color.
Oh, we're talking. Okay, sorry.
On the drop bear. Sorry, guys. On the drop bear. Some white scratches, you could wipe them out with water or wet cloth. I did figure that they were completely superficial scratches. To actually full on into that would be hard. And like I said, that is just for them being aluminum with a finish. That's every aluminum.
Yeah, every aluminum does that. Yeah, that's something you have to appreciate about aluminum.
I actually like when the full coating comes off. I know that sounds stupid, but I don't like the 940.
She hates it with the powder coating.
But yeah, I don't like the way that it feels. Unfortunately, I just have a weird thing with it. But like the 940, the green aluminum one, when that aluminum wears down and you get on the ridges,
it's smooth. It's smooth.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about on the ridges where you start to see silver come through. After a long time. Yeah. I like that. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said that's the thing you have to appreciate about aluminum is the wear it takes.
It kind of comes with the territory. Yeah. I just don't like that powdery feeling you get.
You get the wear and tear on it, and it looks kind of cool. I like that. I like that used. It's kind of like this. Put it this way. Why do you think you got the battle-worn hinderers, right? Because it looks badass.
Ooh, that would be awesome if you guys did a Mexican blanket drop bear. Mexican blanket is I thought it was the coolest thing when I saw it from Tactical Everyday Dad. That knife I have. Even
like other little things, micarta scales, titanium. You can go as far as G10, just an array of different scales.
You could go as far as
fat
woolly
carbon
mammoth
fiber
or tarantula.
Fat carbon fiber. Look at that purple fat carbon fiber for this one. Holy shit! Think about it. Just think about it.
I think tarantula is a much better idea. And you're just going to keep ignoring it. And I know you
Tarantula?
Yeah. Do you not want a knife with scales made of tarantula fur?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You've never seen that before.
Tarantula fur?
Yeah, on a knife scale.
All right, you're fucking with me.
I'm not. You've really never
What's
seen
up,
that.
Chuck it?
You've really never seen
that.
No,
show me it.
Okay,
show me it right now.
I will.
I stopped putting money into sharpening systems and learned freehand. Yeah, and that's why I talked about it earlier. These little angle guides are what's up. You can get them for your rods and for your plates, so you will never have to wonder if you're holding the right angle or repeating the same angle. I like that you seem to emphasize freehand sharpening, which I think is the best skill one can develop and will always stay with you. That's true. One thing that's also really good about it is nothing can stop you, right? Like if you're in the field, if you don't have a bench, if you don't have a perfect flat stone, like even if you don't get a perfect angle, right, because you're using a fucking rock, you still can do it, right? And like I said, in the field, if you're working on a farm, if you're hunting, fishing, camping, whatever, you're prepared, right? You have the most important tool, which is yourself, right? Obviously, you need a stone now or some sort of stone, but there are so many different little pocket stones, so many little stones you can throw in your bag, rods, work sharp field sharpeners. So as long as you understand and know how to do it, then yeah, that is the best. You're the best system.
Show them.
I can't see it.
Okay, you look and then show them. See, I told you.
You just looked this up.
No, you better show them the tarantula.
That's not a tarantula.
I told you guys, they didn't even see it. You just don't
That's
want
a
to
black
admit.
widow.
You don't want to admit. No, but it's made from tarantula. Tarantula fur, when you heat treat it, turns into metal.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
Like Spider-Man?
No.
All right, let's go into scent of the day right after we hit the 2 bones for JD for EDC. Again, go and subscribe to his channel. He is dropping some bones tonight. Hangstone. A hangstone. What's a good stone set to start with? Ultra sharp. I got this link down in the description if you want to try it.
It's so big.
So it's a tri-way. So you have a 150, 325, and a 1200. And then if you get these, you got the angle guides. So you can just set the angle guide on the stone and use it. I showed this earlier. I'll show it really quick again. So you can just take this, if I can grab one, and you just set it on there like that. Then you can take your knife, your VOSTEED chef knife, and you can lay it on there. So you can lay it right there and then go. And then move this to the other side and do the other side when you're done with the one. And like I said, you have all 3 stones in one. Or
is that my one that you need to sharpen?
Yes. Or you can just get, like I said, ultra sharp diamond plates. You can get 3 of them for $138. That's 300, 600, and 1200 grit for the 3x8s, the big daddies. Grab me that.
Which one?
Or
what am I grabbing? Oh, yeah.
Or you can get the 2x6s, which are this big, for $51. 3 plates. Now, I'm going to show you Atomas really quick because Atomas are really, really good. I did not link them down in the description, but all you have to do is go to my Amazon affiliate down in the description and type in Atoma, Atoma, and you'll get Atoma diamond plates. You'll get a whole bunch of them. So this is an Atoma. Atomas are very, very aggressive. This is a 140. Now, the beauty with Atomas is this thing peels off. What? I can't peel it off, but it's glued on, but you just take like a scraper or something and you peel it off. Then
get a new thing.
You can buy a replacement. So the replacement comes with a glued backing. So now it's still expensive because the most expensive part is this, but you can save money and just keep reusing your plates.
And look at directions that anyone can read.
Anybody can read these directions.
Especially Jared.
Right. But yeah, right here. And then it's just a thin layer. Now, this is a 140. This is very aggressive. So this would be for reprofiling basically only. After you've used it about 30 or 40 times, it'll wind up turning into like a 300 grit. That's basically what this one is right now. And then you can actually use it as like a medium
into a 300 grit because you've just grinded it so much.
Yeah, the diamonds are wore down, but it still keeps kicking. It's just, it's not going to be a super abrasive stone, but that's all diamond plates. They all wear in, all wear out. Check out the double-sided 325 1000 trend brand diamond plate. Best value I know of. It's in English. But see, I would say don't get double-sided because unless if they're resin bonded, because what happens is you always have to set them down. Since you always have to set them down, you're knocking diamonds off. They cross-contaminate, like a lot of different things. I would say just get a one-sided stone. But I mean, if you're trying to save money, yeah, get a double-sided. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. You can do that. But ultra sharps, $51 for 3 plates, and they're good quality. They're nice and thick, heavy plates with good quality diamonds on them. Like they last a pretty good amount of time for the money. Like it's a budget plate. Obviously, you could spend more money and get a Thomas, but if you're on a budget, Ultra Sharps are the best I've ever tried, and I've tried. Like right now, I probably have 40 different diamond plates in the other room, all wore out, if not more. No, they come with mat for that. A mat. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm talking about just having them, right? I'm not talking about obviously you can get something to set them on. I'm just saying you're always setting them on. It's diamonds, like in your stone holder or even on the mat, or and also they cross contaminate, and I just don't like them, right? Like I said, you can like them. Anybody else, if you like double-sided, get double-sided. I mean, I don't give a shit. I just personally don't use them for those reasons, because like I have so many stones, like so many fucking stones. So I just prefer to get single-sided. I can hold them in my hand. I don't have diamonds laying in my hand. I have the actual bare metal in my hand when they're in my stone holder, or if I set them down on something, I'm not worried about scratching the thing I'm setting them down. I don't have to be more fragile with them. See, the only problem with DMT is, and it could be changed now, but DMT used to be really, really good. But then for a while, they were fucking up. Like, I literally talked to probably, I don't want to exaggerate, but at least 10 people that were very upset with DMT because they had bought a stone or plates and they were wearing out really quick. Then multiple people were bitching because they would have like a clump of diamond or metal on their plate that would not come off. And so when they were bringing their edge across the plate, it would chip their edge. Then other people were complaining about them not being 100% flat. And and then those same people, I recommended the Ultra Sharps to, and they were super happy. One of them was Rough Rooster. He's a sharpener. I haven't seen him putting content up in a long time, but he had a knife sharpening channel for a long time, and he was using those. But yeah, DMTs are really expensive. I think it's 4 plates for $200. You can get the 3x8s, 3 plates for $138, or $51 for the 2x6s. Or you can just buy them one by one. And they're basically the same thing as a DMT. Like literally the exact same thing. I get what you're saying. Okay. I get what you're saying, but Trend has a pouch and mat for not wearing them out. Trend is a huge step up from DMT. I haven't tried them, so I'm not going to speak on them. If I tried them, it might be a different story. I might be advocating for them, so I'm not saying you're wrong. I haven't tried them, so. I haven't used the bigger plates, but I had no problem with the smaller ones. If you try the bigger ones, you won't want to go back to the smaller ones. Trust me, I use the smaller ones. I learned on the smaller ones. I never had a large stone until I got a large stone. But once I did, I never go back to the smaller ones now. Because one, they last a lot longer. You can do bigger blades. You have a lot more cutting surface. Just so many. Like, think about it. A 2x6 is going to last half as long as a 3x8. You're going to have so much more distance to get longer blades. Like, you don't realize how much more control you actually have on a 3x8 than you do. Now, I'm not saying if you're on a budget, get the 2x6s. They're just fine, especially if you're doing blades like this size. They're just fine. But if you're doing a lot of sharpening, get the 3x8s if you have the money, because you're going to have a lot more control. You have a lot more room to hold your angle. Like there's a lot of benefits to it. You don't realize it until you start using them. But like I said, they last way longer. All right. Really quick, we're going to do scent of the day, because where's my notepad? What'd you do with it?
Oh, sorry, it's right here. Did you just turn into a tarantula?
What? What'd you write? Bang gang?
Yeah, you gotta flip back to your stuff. So I'm gonna go.
You're gonna leave?
I am.
All right.
For one, I'm
You
sitting
sure?
on a table, so
Yeah.
it's not the most
I
comfortable.
already gave you my chair.
I know you would have, but you didn't, so that's okay.
I tried. Here, will you flip
when?
it to the page?
Anyway, no,
You have a game to get to?
I didn't say that.
She didn't say that. I said that. I said that. I have the Work Sharp Ken Onion with blade grinding attachment. I find it to be great for beginners. I have one of those. I don't use it for pocket knives or expensive knives. I use it for machetes.
Is it this one?
No. Cheap kitchen knives. Where'd you get this from? Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Cheap kitchen knife. I use it for more affordable stuff. Like I said, cheap kitchen knives or damn it, baby. There it is.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
And like I said, machetes, things like that. Now you can use it for folders. It's just fine. But your edge quality, go ahead, say bye.
No, I have to do sign language because you won't let me.
I'm
doing peace, love.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You decided to leave when I was in the middle of describing something. It's okay. Go ahead.
I don't think that's how that happened.
That's how it happened.
I love you
I
very
love
much.
you. Have fun.
I will. Bye, guys. Love you too.
Now,
but not in the same way.
It's never going to give you the quality of an edge as a fixed angled system or freehand if you know what you're doing. If you know how to hold an angle, your edge quality will be far, far better for many reasons. If you have a fixed angle system, same thing. One is you can get better stones. You can get good quality stones that are for that steel. They use an aluminum oxide abrasive on the belts. So that's not going to be good for high carbide steels. That's one thing. Two, it's giving you a convex edge, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you have so much more control over, even if you're convexing your edge from a fixed angle system or freehand. But there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. If that's what you got, it's great. But if you see the difference, once you see the difference, like if I show you the difference between a perfect edge from the Work Sharp and a perfect edge from freehand or fixed angled, you can just see it night and day difference. Like most people wouldn't want to take their $1,000 knife in particular and ever have it done on a belt. So if you wouldn't want to take your $1,000 knife and have it done on a belt, a lot of people don't want to use their $100 knife because their $100 knife means as much as to them as somebody with a $1,000 knife. So really quick, but like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. Use it. I have it. I've used it. I use it a lot for removing steel before I put an edge on it if it's something that I have to repair damages to. So it's a very good system. I love using it. I just use it for different reasons. Now, scent of the day is a good one, guys. This is a really, really, really good one. I don't think any man can go wrong with this scent. It is very versatile and it's a crowd pleaser. So what I mean by that is that you can blind buy it very easily and it's going to be mass appealing. Everybody's going to love it. Girls, guys, it's just a good scent, right? Men's fragrance. And this is, well, I'm going to read all the scents and everything about it here in 1 second, but it is Coach for Men. The cap, it has a locking thing where you can stop it from spraying. And you can pop it in place. So now I can spray it, but you can turn it. Good bottle. It's got a transitioning colored bottle. Looks really good. But damn it, does it smell good. Holy. This is a really, really good one, guys. Now, so the notes are citrus, aromatic, fresh, spicy, which the spicy is very, very subtle. All these things I'm about to mention are all mixed perfectly. You don't get a spicy scent from it. Okay, so citrus, aromatic, fresh, spicy, fruity, sweet, woody, warm spice. I don't know this word, but animalic and lavender. I'm guessing the animalic means it's a metallic because it has a sweet, fruity, metallic scent with a woodsy background. You definitely have a sweet, fruity, woodsy smell, almost metallic. So the notes are pear. Now here's the The notes are pear, kumquat, bergamot, lavender, and grapefruit. Yes, I said kumquat. Grow up, guys. Grow up. In the mid area, cardamom, geranium, and coriander, I think it's pronounced. And then the base of it is ambergris, swede, amberwood, hatian, and vetiver. But I already explained what it kind of smells like. So it's a sweet, clean, fresh, like a fresh out of the shower, fresh, clean scent that is sweet, yet not overly sweet and very fresh. You do have a little bit of a fruity note in it, super clean. Like I said, every guy would enjoy this one. I think most guys. Now, if you're like a fragrance nut, you might think of it as, how can I say it? Mass appealing, right? Like where it's like, you know, it's going to be like in the same range as like the Savages, the Dylan Blues, the fragrances that are just mass appealing, but that's the beauty of it, right? That's the beauty of it. You can't go wrong with it. It's a fucking great scent. Girls are going to love it. Women are going to love it. All ages, men, all ages are going to like it. It's not something you could ever smell and say, this sucks. It's not like that. Now, it's going to be one that's not going to protrude really far though. Like it's not going to be like now, obviously if you just spray it in the room, yeah, you're going to be able to smell it a little bit. But once you walk out of that room amongst people, they're going to have to be within a foot or two to smell it. They're not going to smell it across the room. It's not like that. But it seems like it might be like that when you first spray it, but it's not. It's really not. It does die down relatively quick in a good way. So then the only people that are going to smell it are the people that are in your close vicinity. So it's going to be great for dates and things like that, or work areas, office areas. Yeah, it's just like I said, it's a very well-rounded fragrance that's going to work in high heat environments, hot temperatures, sunny temperatures, cold times. You could do it, but you could do it. It's not going to be probably the best for winter months, but you could totally pull it off. Anyways, why is I thought you were gone. Are you typing in the thing? Yeah, don't be doing that. You're either in or you're out. You're in or you're out. All right, you're out. All right. Don't forget to remind me. Oh, it is story time. Okay, we got story time. Okay, so I got a story. You guys ready for story time? Or you guys want to talk knives for a few more minutes and then we'll break down story time in 5 minutes because I got a pretty decent story for tonight. No, Kara. In or out? I know you did. I seen it happening. Can you only smell it within stabbing range? Okay, now I see the connection. Right. Exactly. See, I knew you'd get it. But yes, that's basically what it is. Close stabbing range, not sword stabbing, maybe 3 to 3.5 inch stabbing range. Okay, story time. Okay, so this is all right. So this is if you guys don't know if this is your first time, we do story time at 9 o'clock or right around 9 o'clock or a little bit after, where I tell stories from back in the day or just stories period of things I've done or been through. It's a fun time. And then when I have guests, they tell stories too. So this is a story that kind of is going to be in different times. So they're not all going to be around the exact same time, but they're going to be the times when I was basically messing with the power companies and the gas companies and shit like that. Okay, so first off, for reasons, I wanted to manipulate my electric costs to my house. So what I would do is I would pin the meter, right? If you guys don't know what that means, and for those of you thinking I'm not trying to tell you how to do something, I'm just telling you something I've done. So what I would do is I would pin my meter so that it would stop reading money, right? So the power would stay on, but it wouldn't continue racking up money, right? So you can also, there used to be back in the day where you could flip your meter and make it run backwards and reverse money off. But at this time these meters weren't like that, so I couldn't do that. The only way I could stop it was to pin it. Formula One, thank you for the 10 bones. Boink. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the donations tonight, guys. Thank you guys so much. So what you do is, on your meter, the meter spins, right? You can see the thing spinning, and every time it spins, it ticks however much, like 1 revolution or whatever. Well, if you look at that spinner, there's a little hole in it, right? I think that's the thing as it goes around. That's what clicks it to tell you that it's went around once. So you have to take and drill a hole. A lot of them are glass. I think back in the day, they used to be hard plastic, but this one was glass. So I had to get a glass bit and drill a little tiny, tiny, tiny hole at the bottom of it. So I drilled the hole. And remember, I was always in construction and everything. So, I always had either people around to teach me things or fucking always knew it, from whatever, or had the tools to do everything. So what I would do is I would pin my meter. So I'd drill that little hole and then take like a piece of hanger or a piece of wire and you put it up in the hole. And as the thing's coming around, you put it up in that hole and then it jams it. So then the power stays on, but you're not burning electricity. So it looks like basically everything's in your house is shut off. Now, you have to be careful with this because you can look at your bill and you can see when the meter readers come, right? So you got to make sure you unpin it by that time. And you also have to be careful not to just let it go dead all month, right? You just want to make it seem like you used a lot less energy. So, the ways you would do it is if you just moved in, you would slowly lower it. You wouldn't just dramatically go from a $300 bill last month to a $20 bill this month, right? You slowly lower it down so that there's a pattern of it being lesser and lesser and lesser to the point to where you're spending $50 a month, $20 a month, $30 a month, something like that, right? Because something dramatic, it might look like what the hell's going on? They might think you went on vacation or something like that, but you just want to make it as good in your position as possible. So anyways, so I was doing that, right? Well, and I knew other people that did it and things like that. Well, I didn't get caught for doing it. I did not get caught, but a different time, my power got shut off, right? My power got shut off. So what they do is the way they shut your power off at first, because if you start, fucking around, they do it even worse. But what they do is they take your meter out and they have these little plastic pieces and they put it on the meter and then plug it back in. So then no power is running through, right? It doesn't let the power that comes in off the street transfer into your house, right? Because it has to pass through the meter. So what I would do is I would take it out, take those plastic things off and just plug it back in, right? I forget why at this time it got shut off. I don't remember exactly why. Because there are other things that I could talk about with this too that I was doing, but we're not gonna. Anyway, so I would do that and then they would come and check on it because whatever reason, because what I would do is I would plug it back in and I put the plastic pieces back in before they would come and check it. Right. So my meter was running, but every time they came and checked it, it was fine. Right. Or the way they left it where it was shut off. So they knew I was up to something, right? They could see like the meters running. And sometimes what I would do is I just plug it back in and pin it. So now it's on, my power's on all month, but I'm not running up any money. And I got away with that for a while, but then eventually they were like, like something's going on because they could tell some money was spent at least a little bit, right? Because of me like plugging it back in, I don't know, something. So they wind up putting a lock on it, right? Now they put a lock on it. So what do? I come and pop the lock, turn it right back on. And we went through this like thing, all right? And of them getting pissed, trying to shut my power off. Well, then eventually they shut me off at the pole, right? So now my meter can't even get power. So now I'm screwed. So, you know, and then eventually I just have to deal with it, whatever, pay it, and then they come and turn it back on. But then the same thing wound up happening kind of with the water, or no, was it the gas or the water company? I think it was the water company, I believe. I believe it's a water company. So the way the water company works is it's in the ground, and the way you can turn that on or off is it's a long rod. It's called the key, but it's a long rod, and it's got an arm on top, and it's got a little fitting, right, that goes down like 6 feet, and then they hook it to the thing and turn it, and that turns your water on or off. Well, we had those, so I always had them. So, and you know, because I've had to turn water on and off before. So what I did was when they turned my water off for not paying the bill and shit, this was a long time ago, guys. I would just go turn it back on. Well, we kept going through this thing because then they'd put their lock on there and fucking cut that fucker off. Turn it back on. Well, the last time what we did was we turned it back on, but then dropped a rock down there. Well, if you drop certain types of rocks down there, it is very difficult for them to get it out. And sometimes they have to dig it up. But they do have things to get it out. But if you know, like you know the types of rocks that are going to be more difficult and it's going to be more frustrating. So we wound up dropping a rock down in there and covering it back up and all this stuff, with the lid. And the next time when they came, they were pissed, like so pissed. I had a sheriff come to my house. He knocked on my door and I answered the door and he goes, "Don't do that again." And I'm just acting like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Listen," he's like, "if you turn this fucking water back on," he's like, "I will be back to arrest you." He's like, "Do not turn this water on." And to be honest, at that time, I had no plan to turn it back on. Turn it back on. I had plans to already deal with it and everything, but I needed it on for the time being until, I could pay it and deal with it. But I just played stupid. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's just looking at me like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, don't play stupid with me. And obviously I'm just going to play stupid. And he's like, whatever, play stupid. Don't do it again. Like, don't do this shit again. And I went through this shit dealing with this stuff with these guys back and forth for a long time, turning it on, turning it off. And yeah, they fucking hated me, and I don't blame them, but I don't think they really did because, they're just the guys that come out. They don't really give a shit. They're just working, doing their job. But the companies definitely, like the actual power companies, because I wound up getting hit with like lots of threats and things like that, but whatever. But sure. But yeah, I did one time have to my power got messed up and wound up burning up. How'd it go? I burnt up one of my power lines under the ground. Like just a freak occurrence. And my stepfather actually works for the power company, and I had to call him, and they brought me out an electric box, which hooks you up and basically gives you power to power your house. Well, I was generating so much power for this box that the box wound up starting on fire right next to my house. Like, we wound up stopping it before any real damages were done, but it was crazy though. Like, I remember smelling smoke. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I went out and checked on it, and this thing is just like bogging with smoke, and we had to unhook it really quick. But sounds very similar to cellular. I don't know what that is. The movie Cellular? They can turn your power off with the click of a button at a office. It's pretty cool. I'm talking about a house. So with the house, they can technically, they can go up on the pole, and that's what they eventually did to me, and shut you off at the pole, but it's a lot more harder because they actually have to go up the pole. If they just turn you off like for the month until you pay or whatever, they just come and just take out your meter, put these plastic pieces on there and plug it back in. But since there's plastic in between there, it stops the power from generating through. So it's really easy just to turn back on. They'll put a padlock on there and stuff, but you know, you can just, sometimes we just cut it off and then put our own on there or something like that. But yeah. Sounds very, oh yeah, you read that one. I don't know. I like them having that much power. I don't know if I like them having that much power over me that effortlessly. Facts. Well, that's the way I thought about it. Like, that's what pissed me off about it. Granted, there was reasons why it was being cut off, and I get that, but it does, though. Like, it does piss you off when, you know, it's like they can just stop you from having power. They can stop you from having heat. Now, they can't do it in the winter. So that's basically, I think that's where it came from, was like in the winter, you can run up your bills and they won't shut them off, at least heat wise, like with gas. But by February or March, they can shut you off. So people in areas wind up running their bills up all winter and then just pay it, you know, with their taxes or whatever. And then sometimes, you know, things happen and you wind up not having the money to pay it. And if you don't pay every dollar, they come and shut you off until you pay it all off. But like with me, I was running it, like I was literally lowering my bills and doing that stuff and making it where my $1,000 bill was only like $30, because I was running 2 houses, a pool, and all kinds of shit. So I was making it very difficult for them, not only to charge me a lot, but also to turn it off. And then I had other people too run into the same situation, and I'd come and help them out and do the same thing. Thanks, Jared. I can't wait to. Hey, don't say that. I'm just telling you what I did. I'm not telling you guys how to do anything. Some meters now are digital. You can still do them. You can do it basically the same way. But you just got to get that spinner. But a lot of them are like digital now because they some of them, they have like the gun. They can just shoot the gun at the thing to read it and stuff, it was the same time when they were doing that too. I'm just saying that some of them actually are digital on the thing. Mine was digital numbers, but it still had the spinner on it. They wound up switching and upgrading at one time. I think they had a thought that I was doing something wrong because they came and said, "Hey, we're upgrading your meter." And I was like, "Why? It's fine." And when they upgraded, they seen the hole at the bottom of it. And I think that's maybe why they wound up upgrading it. But it took them a long time, till they seen it. And then when they seen it, I just did the same thing to the new one. The new one, oh yeah, that was the difference. The first one I had was plastic. The second one I had was glass. That's why I was making me not remember which one it was, because both of them. I had a plastic one first. They replaced the plastic one with the glass one, and then I wound up, and I think eventually they came and asked me about it, and I said, I didn't do anything to it, because they couldn't prove it. And I think they just left it. They never switched it or anything. They just left it. Because that guy don't care. The fucking guy who's coming reading your meter, he don't give a fuck. He is just coming to read your meter. To him, if you get off, or not get off, but if you get away with, getting a lower bill, he don't give a fuck. He's just sent out there to do whatever they tell him to do. So he probably noticed the hole, probably came to the door and just asked me, didn't even report it. And even if he did report it, they probably just told him to ask me. And then after I said, fuck if I know, he was probably like, whatever, whatever. Like, I don't care. Because they didn't replace it. I kept it the same and kept pinning it. But I have had people get caught. I knew people that got caught with their pins in. And what happens is they wind up getting in some I don't think really big trouble. I don't know anybody who got in serious trouble. Like the one guy I know, what he said was that he had somebody living with him that he really didn't know their name very well or something, and they were paying for the electric bill or some shit, but now they moved out of town or something. And then when they would ask him like the name, he would give them some bullshit name, or maybe some name like that everybody has, you know, like Sarah Smith or something. I don't know. But and so he got away with it. But I know another guy that they wound up like charging him, like giving him a fine for it, like for like $1,500 or something for tampering with their thing, and he had to pay for a new meter and all this shit. But that was because he got caught, right? He got caught because sometimes, like you know, and that's why I'm saying don't do it. But you know, they come at the same time of the month every month, but you know, sometimes the days will be a little bit different. That's why you always want to make sure you unpin it and pin it weeks away from the time they come. If they come on the 22nd, you want to unpin it by like the 14th or something, or the 15th, you know, and then that way it still has a week or so to generate power. And then, you know, if you really mess yourself up, like I remember before, like I messed myself up to where I got it on like the last day and I needed to burn some power. I would just turn everything on and do as much as I can to where I'm just like pumping power, making my meter go like this. Trying to, you know, because you don't want it to be like a $2 thing, you know, you can't do that every month. You know, it's not like, is even when you're out of town, you still have refrigerators running and things like that. I think it is safe to say that companies try harder to screw us over than we do them. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I was just fidgeting. I'm fidgeting with everything, man. I got the Kaiser drop bear right here. I got the cormorant. I got the buck sprint. I got the Elementum. I mean, I can go on and on right now, guys. I can go on and on. I got the Terzola. I got the Hogue. Deca. I got the K390 PM2 that's about to get the fat carbon fiber upgrade. I got this new beg lighter. I got the Kaiser Mini Critical. Yes, always Jeff. Always Jeff. Just talking about nothing. The Mini October, I was just messing with too. I don't know. Maybe that's the one you guys were asking me about. I got the Tactile Rock Wall. I got a lot sitting around me. What should I carry tomorrow? The SBR, Appalachian Drifter 2, or the Elementum? The Drifter. Or no, you know what? Do the SBR. I'll tell you what. I'm thinking about changing this clip to my Drifter. The drift, but I think it might angle a little bit. I think the Drifter is the one knife that it might not work on very good. Just because it angles a little bit, but I haven't tried it yet, so. Can you do a short on how to remove the tube on the PM2? I'm still having troubles with mine. You just have to, I could do a short on it, but it's really easy for me to explain right now. You just undo the screws and these screws, pull it off, spin it around to this side. So now you have this side and this side like this, right? Because you can take your blade out and then pry it like this. Spin it and pry, spin it and pry. So you're just going like this, up, spin it, up, spin it, pry up, and just keep doing that. It feels like your scales are going to break. They're not going to break. They might bend a little bit. You're going to be fine. You're just scared you're going to crack your scales. Don't worry about that. I mean, obviously worry about it a little bit, but it's not going to break, most likely. If it does, it's not my fault, it's yours. But just spin and pry, spin and pry. Like this. If I took these two right here, like so, they'd be like this. All right. spin it apart after you take out the other screws like this. And then get it like this and go and rotate it, and then it'll go pop. But you have to put leverage. Like, you can't just do it very gently. Put pressure and then spin. Pressure and then spin. Hit it with your purse. That's what you got to do. You got to hit with your purse a little bit, and you'll get it. Yeah, the spin and pry does work. Yep. You can get the tool, but I mean, I've taken apart dozens, if not more, and I've never used the tool. I've always done the pry and spin trick. Nice. You weren't here yet, but I just got some micarta scales for my capara. So that's going to be cool. Figure, give it a new look. The tube on the PM2 is a pain. Try to just remove it from one side if possible. Get a wedge and build a fulcrum for leverage. Yeah, the tube does suck. Once you get one side, the other side's usually not as bad. One side's usually not as bad as another. But yeah, it does suck. You'll get it though. You just gotta give it some shit. I use the fulcrum between the scales like a pen on my PM2. Yeah. I mean, you can do that too. I mean, do a little bit of both. Definitely get something in there and give it a little pry while you're, then twist and pull. Give it a little pry, twist and pull. You definitely got to pry, wedge, twist, pull, but it'll pop off. You have to, you'll see it, right? You'll see that groove coming up over the lip of the G10 or whatever, right? You'll see that ring, like the G10 coming up over the lip of it. That's when you know you're hitting it right. It's a fanny pack. Well, hit it with your fanny pack. Cooking knives is the Zwilling brand. Okay, I really want to buy a full set in black. I don't know what the Zwilling is. I'm sorry. I love your videos. I just recently started watching your channel and love your content. That's awesome, man. Thank you, Devon. If you could only have one pocket knife, what would it be? That's tough, man. That's tough. It's tough. I don't know. I couldn't answer you because I'm a titanium whore. So since I'm a titanium whore, I really want titanium. Now, I really, really love my Hinder Skinny. So I could go with a Hinder Skinny. Now, that's not the best for everything because it is a big knife. But since it's the Skinny, it's more lightweight and thinner. But the Mannix 2 is really, really good, especially because you can dress it up. You can buy new scales. You can literally change those knives to whatever you want. So I really like the PM2s because it's, like I said, you can dress it up and do whatever you want with it. I really like the Mannix 2 because you can do so much with it. I really like the Hinder XM18 3.5-inch Skinny with the sheep's foot. I really love the Griptilian with the sheep's foot. But I have so many knives. I really love the Elementum button lock, even though it's a gravity knife, and I really like to fidget, so I like having a detent. This is a little different, but I love it. I wouldn't pick this though as my one and only. I don't think that's a good question just because it's like having like a kitchen knife, right? Like if I said, if you could only have one kitchen knife, what would you pick, right? Like you're going to say like, well, I got to have butter knives. I got to have a steak knife. I got to have a chef knife, right? I got to have, different knives. So it's kind of the same thing, but yeah, those knives would be really good. I also love my Ferrum Forge Archbishop 3.0. This is a great knife. I wish the clip was a little bit better. The Aluris is its cousin, and I really love that one. But yeah, it's a tough answer because I love knives. So I like different knives, different purposes, right? It's kind of like even anything, like, like since they're a tool, it's like having one screwdriver or one anything, you know. You want to have even if you don't have a collection like my insane collection, you at least want to have 5, right? 5 is a good, you know, rotation. I say 5 to 10, you have a good rotation. You know, you can have your jet knife, you can have a little bit tougher hard use knife, and I'm not counting fixed blades right now, guys. I'm talking about just folders. Fixed blades, you should have a fixed blade or two too. So have a couple fixed blades, have a good lightweight, you know, for like working out, jogging, you know, when you're wearing like lightweight clothes. You could have your somewhat heavy duty carry or your work knife, the one that you could skip across the ground and you're not going to worry about it too much, like the Benchmade Griptilians, the PM2s, the Mannixes, things like that, where they're just tools, right? So I think if you have all one of those, you know, all those categories picked, you have a good rotation. The thing is then you're going to want like, it's like, okay, well, I have a really good EC knife that I carry during the week, but you know, I want a little variety. You know, you're going to want like, man, I want some titanium. I want some fat carbon fiber. I want some micarta. So, and that's the journey I'm on, where I love different materials for different days, different times, different moods. 30 to 40. Is this how many you guys have? Jeff's saying 10 to 20, 30 to 40, 50 to 60, 70 to 80. What's a gent? Oh, a gent knife is, so a gent knife for me might be different than you. Typically, a gent knife is this. Typically, a gent knife is a gentleman's knife, a knife that that's a slip joint. You can drop in your pocket or in a slip. You can wear a suit and tie. If you pull it out of your pocket, you're considered still a gentleman, right? You're never going to pull it out of your pocket and seem like you're a threat. So if you're in the office, if you're around an old lady, you know, and she has a tag she needs cut off, it's not going to be threatening. That's a gent knife. Now, gent knife for me, because I always want to be deemed as a threat, I want to carry something just nice. So I think of a gent knife like, what would I carry to a funeral? What would I carry to church? What would I carry to a nice event? And that's usually a nice knife. So I consider a knife that's not too big, because I also don't want to be pulling out a fucking XM24, but I have no problems carrying certain knives to these places, you know? So yes, a gent knife is still like this to me, but it's also just a regular 3-inch folder, right? Maybe 3.25-inch folder that's with good materials, and if you show somebody, they're going to be impressed. That's kind of my idea of a gent knife, something with really nice materials that catches people's eye, and if you show it to somebody, they're going to be impressed with the action, with the fit and finish, with the tolerances, with the materials and things like that. So you might go as far as like Timascus or even just titanium, micartas, you know, other premium materials, maybe some pretty colors, things like that. But it's in a size with an action that anybody can use, right? I can hand it to anybody and anybody can flip it. That's why I usually pick flippers for those knives, because anybody with a comfortable flipper that anybody can grab and flip open, and they'll be impressed because it's not assisted, and they can tell it's good action. They can tell it's a premium knife. That's my idea of a gent knife. But the typical way is a slip joint. Gamma, thank you for the 5 bones. Hey man, love the channel. Best on YouTube. Thank you, man. Sent you a super chat at the end of last live for 10, but you ended it. Hope you got it, bro. Yeah, if it wound up in, if you sent it, it'll still send it to me. Even if the thing's ended, it'll still send it. So thank you, man. I appreciate the 10 bones. Thank you for the 10 bones at the end of the last live, man. I do appreciate it. Normally, when I end the live, I'll wait like 30 seconds just in case, because I feel so bad, man. I feel so bad if somebody sends a donation and I end it. It kills me. So I like to catch it. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Jared's jet knife is a Fenrir. See, I don't know if that could be a gen knife. I think that would be a, like I said, it's not a regular flipper. It's not something that's going to be easy for people to use. It is a good looking knife, though. I could even consider like so many knives. I personally can consider a jet knife. Like even like this, even though this isn't a flipper, I'm just saying this is easy to open, nice and compact. This could be a jet knife for me. Very lightweight, USA made, nice materials, nice machining. That could be a gent knife for me. Even like something like this could be a gent knife. The Kaiser original without it being a flipper, right? Like this is easy to use. It's a button lock. It's something cool looking, very smooth. Anybody can use it. So, but normally I go with something with a little bit of pop. I'll say this: my Tuya Envy, my Tuya Envy 2 used to be one of my primary jet knives, and the reason why was because its flipping action is amazing. It looked so good to me. It's a good looking knife, and I remember when I'd go to parties, I'd pull it out, and people like the men in my family, right, that actually respect knives, I would see their eyes gravitate to it, and they'd look at it and they'd see it and they would notice, like, man, that thing looks pretty cool. It has a dual ground drop point blade. It's basically a straight back, but it's a dual ground blade, so the blade looks cool. It has milling on the titanium. It's not really big. It's a good size that most people are like, yeah, that's a perfect knife. And the flipping action is just fucking amazing. Jared, is that how you want to be when you meet Jesus, as a threat? Well, no, but I don't plan on taking my knife to meet Jesus. You talking about a church? Shit, threats coming. I mean, did you guys see that there was that pastor who got robbed like 2 weeks ago or something for like, I don't know. I think he had like a $100,000 chain on his neck. They came into the church and robbed him. But I don't see that as a place that's not saying, I don't trust the good Lord or nothing like that. I just don't trust people. Right. And it's not that I want to be seen as a threat to the people in the church. I just, how can I say it? I don't mind being seen as a possible threat. If you guys know what I mean, right? I don't mind that. Now, obviously, if there's an old lady and she's trying to cut something, I'm going to be such a gentleman that it doesn't matter what comes out of my pocket. I could fucking take a machete out of my back and she's going to be happy with whatever I pull out, because she's going to see my overwhelming politeness and gentlemanly nature that she'd never think anything but that. Do you not know I'm joking? I'm just messing with you too, man. Now, Jared, can you pay the power bill? Oh, wait. You will probably get better glass bits and better sealer. Yeah. No, I don't mess around like that anymore. I don't do anything to break the law anymore. I'm a law-abiding citizen. That's why I tell the stories. Trust me, if I was breaking the law in any way, I wouldn't be telling stories. I don't think I will ever buy Cold Steel. Not a fan of the tactical aesthetics on every one of their knives. If it's your style, great. If it's not, you're shit out of luck. Yeah, that's the thing. It is definitely deemed more the tactical. But the thing is, though, and to sell anybody on a Cold Steel, this is what I would say. It is one of the most indestructible knives. So it's not tactical. It's actual tactical. That's the difference, right? Tactical are knives that play the part, but will fail in, in the actual ability to do those things. Cold Steels will exceed, and not only exceed, will outperform and outbeat a majority of knives, especially when it comes to tactical shit. So, considering that, it better look the way it does. That's the way I look at it, right? it better look like that, because it needs to have that look in order to respond the way its lock system is, made to do. It's made to withstand the shit that, like, the worst things on the planet, right? It's made to be in the toughest guy's hands, or the hardest used person, or the most worst events you could possibly go through and survive. So since that's the case, I got to give it respect. Now, it doesn't have to be your style, right? Not everybody wants to carry something like that, and I get that. I don't have a lot of them either, but I respect it, and I do have a couple. Kirk with another 5 bones. Zombie apocalypse, so not fave, but best survival, 1 of each. PCKT folder, 5 to 12 inches fixed blade, machete, multi-tool in the sheath, and a multi-tool pocket knife. Oh, 1 of each. A pocket folder, a 5 to 12 inch fixed blade, machete, multi-tool in the sheath, and a multi-tool pocket knife. Yeah, I think if you are like in some type of thing like that, I think and you don't have to go to a zombie. You could just say, something that happens, like a weather event or something, right? You're gonna want, like you said, you're gonna want something similar to a machete, something for chopping, hacking, and things like that that you can actually be brutal on. And if it is something where you have threats around, then yeah, you might want something. You're gonna want something to chop with, but you're not gonna want to take that away from not having also some sort of folder or small fixed blade, medium-sized fixed blade for actual camping needs, cutting up your food, things like that. Multi-tool's always good to have, always, no matter what. So whether you have a knife attached to it or not, it's a good thing to have. So, but I think more importantly, or most importantly to have with all of that, is a damn knife sharpener. What did I say wrong? Yeah, I'm always joking back. I think you're the one that can't take the joke. So that's how I seen it. And when I rewatch this, that's how I'm going to see it again. And I was like, he didn't even get that I was sitting there joking back with him. Quentin pushed the tube out of the other direction. There you go. They were talking. Wait, what? They were taking their jewelry back because he robbed them? What? They were taking their jewelry back because he robbed them. I'm not sure what you're talking about. You might be talking about the same pastor. I don't know. Are you saying like he robbed them because he was taking their money through donations and putting it into chains? Or are you saying that he actually physically robbed them? I don't know. That is true. Sarcasm is hard to read. What you have to do is, if you want sarcasm to be read good, put a laughing face at the end or an LOL. That's how you do it. That's what I tried to do, because I learned very quickly that other channels did not get my sense of humor. And I would write something, and to me, it was so obvious I'm joking. So obvious. And I could tell when they commented back that, like, oh, they took me serious. And then I would regret it. Like, man, they must think I'm such a dick. So now every time I leave a sarcastic comment or anything like that, which is like, what, 98% of the time, like with Metal Complex or any other channel, I always make sure I leave a laughing face or an LOL. Like I think every comment I leave, Lefty is always sarcastic. Same thing with Metal Complex, but I don't think Metal Complex always gets it. Like 90% of the time, I feel like I don't know. Not saying he's not, because maybe he is, but I've just had that feeling so many times, like this did not go the way I wanted it. If I met Jesus, he'd say, "Holy me, that knife is stupid sharp." The old lady going to be happy with anything you pull out is. Todd says, that's why you carry 4 knives minimum, one for every occasion. Different blade shapes, different grinds, different handle material. I know in many cases I carry at least 2. I carry my backup, my primary, and the backup is usually a good one. And this doesn't always happen this way. Sometimes it's vice versa, but one you can hand to somebody, right? The other one, you might not want to. You could show them, let them check it out, but you're not letting them walk off to go cut staples with it, right? But then the other one, it's like, yeah, whatever. I can touch it up, fix it up, whatever. But I also like to carry the secondary, the primary and the secondary, just in case if I do something with the one and I wear the edge out, I have another one. Or if there's like something stupid I need to cut, I'll use the secondary and then I'll save my edge on the primary, which might have like a beautiful edge or something. And it's like, man, I do not feel like chipping this edge right now. I just sharpened it. So I'll do the other one. Also, some tasks are just better with a smaller knife. So I'll have a full size, and then some tasks are better with a full size knife. Now, usually the full size is the best for everything, but sometimes, a little fuck around knife is just fine. So you can use that for the secondary. I abuse certain knives. No need to spend a bundle on a nice knife to cut dirty cardboard. The Krag is a go-getter for that task, but not the D2 version. Mine is an Amazon special with a RPM 9. Yeah, some steels, like regardless if you're serious or not, dirty cardboard, like cutting dirty cardboard, getting a steel that's really good for that stuff, you'd be surprised how long they can cut dirty ass fucked up cardboard for. And if you're wanting a knife that can go through and I'm just speaking from experience, like when I was working at the distillery, I would have to cut up so much cardboard and boxes and plastic and straps every day. So I could have a knife in some days, say once, maybe 2 days out of the week, my edge would go dull by the afternoon. So having a steel that would last me all day was really important. And there were times I'd have to bring 2 or 3 knives. So so I could just swap out by the afternoon. Now, most of the days weren't like that, right? But some of the days were, and you never knew which day it was going to be. So always having a good knife that I knew's edge would last all day, no matter what, whether I'm going to be light duty today or, hard, this steel will take it, was very important to me. Then I always had a beater knife, a knife that if I break this thing, I'm not that worried about it. Wish females thought the same way about what I pull out. They're always happy about it. They're just always happy about it, regardless what I pull out. No matter what comes out of my pants, they're happy with it. Seems Logical says, if Jared ever leaves you a comment, you will know it's... I already know what the rest is going to say. You will know it's him because the caps lock will be on full blast and there won't be any punctuation unless it's an exclamation point. Ain't that the damn truth? At this point, I can't go back on it now. I have gone back on the titles. I've fixed the titles because Kara, I'm telling you, Kara would scream at me. I'll post a video and all of a sudden I hear, damn it, Jared. And I'm like, what? She's like, you and your fucking caps lock. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Your title again. So I've been kind of fixing that. But when it comes to texting and messaging and stuff like that, I'm like caps lock all day. When I see it not on, it just looks weird to me at this point. Leave it on. And everybody thinks I'm screaming, but I'm not yelling. I'm just very serious. What time is it? 8:50. All right, guys, let's end this in 5 minutes. But we have a super chat from Kirk again. Can you do some collabs like with Stasa MC? Love them knives. Maybe a pay-per-view with Birdshot. I would absolutely love that. Listen, what you guys don't know is I invite everybody. I've like Metal Complex. I love Metal Complex, man. I've been trying to get him on for over a year. And yeah, so with Stasa, he's actually came on with me, and he would come on with me, and I'd have him on anytime. Ray from Everyday City Carry's going to be coming on soon. I have him coming on next month. I'm trying to get Cozy whatever on. I'm not sure if he'll want to or not, but I'm going to try to get him on. But yeah, I want everybody on. I would even have Birdshot on. I wouldn't care. I have nothing against them. They have something against me. So, like, if I had anything against them, I would not have put them in that last video. Like, I would have edited that out. But yeah, LTK. I love LTK. I'd have him on anytime, 100%. I met him at Blade Show. Me and him had drinks together. He's awesome. You wouldn't believe how big that motherfucker is. He's like 6'6", maybe 6'7". Like, he's a big dude. I'm not sure exactly how tall he is, but he's very tall. I got a donation. Another one? Oh, no, you're probably talking about that one. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jared and I should do a live Sharpening collab. I'm always down. Now, Nick Shabazz, that's one I have not asked. I have not asked him. There's a couple reasons. One, I didn't ask him because I didn't think he knew who I was. I've spoken with him now on messages, and he knows exactly who I am now. And he even congratulated me on the success of the channel. So I would love to have him on. I know he's a very busy person, though. He even backed off his channel a little bit, so he's not even doing his channel as much as he was before. But anytime I would have him on. I should ask him, but I don't want to put him in a position to where he doesn't want to and feels obligated to come on. So I've asked Pete from Cedric and Ada. He said yes, but that was a while back, and then we've never talked about it since. I'd love to have him on, though. Like, I like having everybody on. I'm just, I'm somebody who gets along with everybody. At least I try to, right? Whether they like me is a different story, but I like everybody for the most part. Next time you have Mike on, can I hop on? I have a really great military joke I want to tell in person. Absolutely. I'd love that. I'd absolutely love that. For the most part, how long would you say the Atoma diamond plates last you? So I would say right now, this one I've had for shit. I don't even know how long I've had it. Maybe a year? Maybe? Give or take. And it's still going strong. It's about a 300 grit right now. Yeah, it's about 300 grit right now. Maybe 3 to... So no matter what, every single diamond plate you get starts off more aggressive than it actually is. Or, sorry, more aggressive than it says. So like 150 grit will show up at 100 grit. It'll break into 150. The Atoma is they have 140, 400, 600, and 1200, I think. My 140, when it showed up, it was like 100 grit. So it broke into 150 grit, and then it stayed about 150 grit through about 60, 70 sharpenings, maybe. But you got to understand, though, that's 60, 70 hard sharpenings, not like me sharpening something like this. That's like me sharpening, some thick shit, right? Really reprofiling with really high carbide steel. So I'd say after about 50 to 60 good sharpenings, it'll break into about 200 grit, maybe 250. And then after about 25 to 50 more, it'll go to about 300 grit. And that's where I'm at right now. I've definitely sharpened more on it, but like I said, some of them are just light duty knives. So, but I'd say if you sharpen every day, it'll probably last you about a year, give or take. Now, it'll wear out through that time. So, like, before it's all the way dead and you're ready to switch it, it's going to get finer and finer. Like, I just recently bought my replacement thing, and I've had it for maybe a little bit less than a year, give or take. I'm not positive the time. And it's still going strong. Like, I can still sharpen on it, no problem. Like, you can hear it. It still has plenty of life. Like, I can still reprofile on it. I can still do everything on it. Now, it's not as aggressive as I would like as a reprofiling plate, but I can absolutely do it without a doubt. No problems at all. Now, if you want to, like right there, man, that thing's already damn near done. That's how aggressive it is, though. So that shows a lot. Now, I didn't try to lower the angle at all. So with the angle that's on it, I could do this whole thing in about 20 swipes. Anyways, if you use water, your diamonds will last longer. That is a thing. You can use water and soap and water on your diamond plates, and it'll help preserve the diamonds a little bit. Sorry, man. My skin from sharpening, man, my skin's all fucked up. Who can pick who is down to earth? Who can pick who's down to earth? Don't know what that means. What am I, chopped liver? What's up, Kyle? You're not chopped liver here, man. You're like the hell's it called? Flamin' Young. That's what you're like. Couldn't show his face. Oh, you're talking about Nick? Yeah, Nick wouldn't show his face, no. But I wouldn't care. Like, I have no problem with him not wanting to show his face. I used to think back in the day, like, that it was not that he was being a dick, but just that it's like, man, come on, man. Like, you're not fucking Keanu Reeves or something, dude. Like, who cares? But then I started realizing, like, no, it's probably best because, he doesn't want people, there's always a threat. There's always a threat. People, whether they know you, whether they dox you, whether you say the wrong thing, whether they could, like, he has a job that he really loves and he doesn't want to sacrifice that. Like, even look at me, right? Like, I had people take my record and put it in my comments. So, my police record. So, like, people want to be dicks sometimes. So I understand why he does it. I'm looking to go from ZT, the 301, and the 308 to the Praetorian tie, a hard use solid build, but maybe not the bulkiness of the Praetorian. Customish, good metal, big hands. I personally, man, if you're asking my opinion on that, I would go, if you want something big, massive, and tough, I would give you a couple different options. One, go with the Marauder. That's a good one. Like, it's super comfortable in the hand. Very comfortable in the hand. Big, beefy, and badass. That's one. The next one, I mean, the Hinders, man. Hinders are the shit. I'm going to give you a few options. So you can go with Hinders. This is the skinny I have. So it's a little bit thinner. So, but it's still beefy as hell. This is still solid, but this is super comfortable though, right? Now, I know the Medfords are a little bit more available, but then there's the Spartans. Beefy, big, built, tough. I have a regrind on mine, but mine was a really robust grind before. I put a hollow grind on mine. Really good knife, super good knife. This one's the one with the Mayan calendar. Here's another hinder. This is the regular XM18, so this one's not the skinny. This one's the regular one. Now you can go with an XM24 that's even beefier than this. The XM24. I know these are hard to get though. Woo! But man, they're big. Big, beefy, badass knives. Now, another one is the Demco 8020. Really good knife, and you can get scales for it and everything else. Super tough lock. Now, this is real hard use. This lock is 10 times stronger than a Medford. Maybe not 10, but it's at least twice as strong as a Medford when it comes to lock strength. Not side-to-side strength, lock strength. Side-to-side strength, a Medford would probably win when it comes to like this direction. But this is still plenty strong. Plenty strong. But that's what I would go with. Now, like I said, the Marauder is really good. There's the MIDI Marauder too. Not the slim MIDI. Because there's the Marauder, the MIDI Marauder, and then the slim MIDI. Go with the MIDI Marauder or the Marauder. That's a beast. Wait, how did I have this? Another beast. The Freeman. Now, this is a button lock, though. This one's different. This is a button lock. Great action, though, from a button lock. USA, baby. This one's Magna Cut, too, by the way. It's not Magna Cut. It's Magna Cut. It's got like a convex grind. It's really cool, though. These come in multiple different versions. This is the titanium one. I think I got this one for $400, but they have more affordable options though with carbon fiber for lightweight ones and aluminum ones. They're more affordable, but I'd go with Thai. But the ZT though, the ZT308, man, that's a badass knife right there. That's a tough knife. It's hard use. It's super comfortable in the hand. It's a great knife. Going from that to the Praetorian, you're not going to be happy in the hand. I'm telling you right now. It is very uncomfortable. I'll tell you what. Do you have any nails at your house? Do you have some nails? Take a box of nails, right? Grab your hand. Pour your hand in there and grab them. Pull them out like this and squeeze it. That's the Praetorian. I'm exaggerating, obviously. But the Marauder, that's like, it's very comfortable. It's square, but the edges are knocked down, and it's got that right thickness and depth to where if you got some meat hooks on you, you're going to be nice and comfortable. Very small hands might not be as comfortable. In that case, you might want to go with the smaller one, but if you got some meat hooks, it'll be comfortable. Very comfortable. Jared just grabbed the kukri, cut to the chase. Well, check this baby out. What about this one? Ooh, look at that. Look at that. We still got some dirt on it. We ain't fucking around. I thought you'd appreciate this one. Yeah, we got the kukri. Got the kukri. Woo-hoo. This one I try to keep a little bit nicer, though, because it's authentic, you know. And even though it's built tough as shit, but I can't help but think, like, man, I'd hate for something to happen to it. And it's got that beautiful mirror polish that I look at myself with upside down because it flips me upside down for some reason. Ooh. The moment Nick starts talking, you know it's him. That's true. but that's if that's his real voice. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not, and I'm not saying it is. I'm saying I don't know. I don't know him that well. You ever play with the Spartan Harzy? Yeah, fuck yeah, I love the Spartan Harzy. But I'll tell you what, man. So the original edge bevel on it was too high for me, and it just did not cut good. I stabbed myself, all kinds of stupid shit. This was just too thick. So then I laid my edge angle back. Once I did that, it cut great, like really good. I did a video, the Spartan, the SOCOM Elite, which I think is one of the most ultimate tactical knives. They're just difficult to get. I was going to recommend that, but they're very difficult to get. But that's an ultimate tactical, real tactical hard use knife, in my opinion. The SOCOM, this, and the Hinder, right? Those are like, that's like the three, right? People would argue other knives, Emerson's, what the fuck's it called? I can't even think of the name of it, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, but after laying back my angle, it cut really good, but it was really thick behind the edge, and I just couldn't help but want a nice deep hollow grind on it. And now I am so happy with this thing, so much happier. It's nice and thin behind the edge, but it's still robust. Like it's still, thick, durable, and tough. It's just now it cuts really good. My Skinny is the best cutting Hinder I've ever tried. Next to like Talica's one that has a hollow grind on it. Because most of them come really thick and robust. But this one, man, it's thick behind the edge, but it actually has decent geometry where it cuts really good, especially with a low angle edge. What the fuck? I didn't even read your comment. I just saw your name. All right, guys. It's getting pretty late. Did I just see somebody? Oh, man. I thought I seen somebody in here. Do you own a 4Max? Yes, I do. Now, that is a hard use knife. That's what I was saying. Like, you could say they're tactical, but these are actual tactical tough knives. I also have the AD10. This is as solid as you can get, as tough as you can get, strongest lock on a knife. Now some people would argue the Shark lock is just as tough. And what is it? The Engage, the Atlas lock. Is that what it's called? The Atlas lock. Some people would say that that's just as strong, maybe. But still, like, this is a fucking beast of a knife. And this one's AUS 10, but they do come in S35, I believe. That thing is such a beast. Such a beast. And they're just, man, even the fit, the finish, the tackiness of the handle, the fact that you can get 3 fingers around the end like this and chop with it. Like, you could hack through a forest with this damn thing. It's a beast. It's a badass knife. Thoughts on the Gerber? Oh, man, I honestly don't think anything Gerber's any good. I don't know what the Gerber Savvy is. Maybe it's good. I haven't tried it. But I just haven't yet to have had a good experience with Gerber. I've had a lot of experiences with Gerber. And just every time it's just, they always, even with their ones that are supposedly good, always wind up being. So even when they're okay, I can always think of something for less money that's better. Or something that's equally priced, but 5 times better. So that's why I have an issue with them. I've heard that some of their fixed blades are really good. So maybe you're talking about a fixed blade right now, and in that case, maybe it's great. But specifically with their folders, I just don't like them. Yeah, Lacey, I heard Ethan Grow really pissed you off lately. They keep trying to hit me up. I keep ignoring them. I'm ignoring them because I believe in second chances, right? I 100%. I'm the walking, talking story of a second chance. So I obviously believe in second chances, but you know, when they had knives when they had knives out for sale that were lying about the materials, it happened for entirely way too long. It wasn't like it was like one batch or two batches. It went on for years. Cloning knives, which they probably still do. They definitely still do. Um, they say it's D2 when it's really 8CR. Then, like, let's say they fixed it, right? Well, how many are still on the shelf that are bad? I don't know. Maybe a lot, maybe not. And even if they sent me a knife, right? If they sent me a knife, which that's what they're trying to do, I'm not guaranteed that the ones that people order are going to be good materials. Now, the next thing is that do I even want to be associated with a company that lied to the people for so long? No, I don't. I don't want to be associated with that. So, you know, I want to make sure I'm associated with people. And then, like what happened to you, right? Your Omega Springs broke. And what they tell you? You're fucked, right? So I don't want to be associated with a company like that. I want to be associated with a company that says, you had a problem? No problem. We'll deal with it. Right? Now, obviously, every company can't be that good, and there's going to be extenuating circumstances. But for the most part, I don't want to be associated with a company that's been known to lie. And not like once, twice, three times, like for years and years and years. And then even when they're caught and they know it, they continue to do it. And that's what I think of them, is that you knew that you had fake material. You didn't like, so I have to put myself in their shoes, right? Say if I didn't know, right? And say if I've already sent my knives over to America and they're all over Amazon, I can't do a recall. And I get that. Right? You can't say, listen, guys, take everything off the shelf, send them back to us. Maybe they can, but I'm going to argue and say, no, they couldn't do that. Like, that's not an option, right? Okay. Why'd you keep stocking them then? Why'd you go a whole nother year stocking the shelves with them, knowing that they're not? Like, you can't tell me that, oh, well, we still didn't know. We thought the next batch was good. No, fuck you. You didn't know the next batch was good because you didn't test it. So do your due diligence and test your shit then. If you already know we've messed up, start testing your stuff. And they didn't do that. So they didn't start doing that until they felt the recoil from the community saying and telling everybody all their comments and reviews like fake steel, fake steel, fake steel. Once that shit started happening, they said, ooh, we got to do something. Oh, now you got to do something? Now that every time you post a knife, the reviews at the bottom say fake steel, fake steel, fake steel. Now you want to do something, huh? Yeah. So that to me, that's a shady company I don't want to fuck with. Exactly. They knew their knives wasn't D2. They knew it and they kept selling it after the people knew it. Exactly. They 100% knew it. And it's almost like they were like, let's just sell everything we have in stock and then we'll restock with good stuff next year. So I just don't want to be associated with it. Nope. Not even a little bit. And when I see them on other people's channels, I tend to let them know, like, hey, man, yeah, they make good quality knives to some extent, but their materials are usually fake. Usually it's not the whatever they say it is. So, and also, if you did that, how much do you think I believe you on the HRC? And so now what? I gotta not only have my steel tested, but I also need to go have an HRC tested. Fuck that. I'll just buy a different knife, right? Why even wonder? Why even deal with it? Why even think about it? Like, why wouldn't you just say, hey, I'll just spend my $30 with another company that has the same build quality, but with the right materials? I bet you did. Good. I mean, that's how it should be. You know, we are the ones, and I know you guys say that I'm a reviewer, right? So it almost seems like that I'm compromised, right? But I would hope that you guys would understand that my allegiance lies with the community, not with the companies ever. Every single company that contacts me gets notified that I am going to be honest about whatever I'm testing or reviewing, whatever I think that's the way it's going to be. And they all agree and all like that. And that's what I like about the companies I deal with. When I say something bad, they don't stop sending stuff. They thank me and tell me, oh man, we're glad you said that. We can deal with it now. Right. Which really shows how good the companies are. Now, with us in the community, leaving those reviews and comments and talk, like, you got to do that. You should do that. If you have something fucked up, say it and make it known, because you can't expect them to know or to fix it if they don't know, because they don't always know. Sometimes they do, but sometimes it is a thing where it's like, oh man, we didn't realize these clips were that bad. So you want to let them know how you feel always. Yep, I'm about out of here too. Mr. Particular, thank you for joining, man. I appreciate you joining. I appreciate all you guys joining. Thank you for everybody who donated tonight. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to the Bang Gang squad and the new members we got tonight. Shout out to you guys. We do have a Bang Gang live sharpening next weekend. Thank you to all the patrons. Like I said, sorry that the giveaway didn't get posted yesterday. It will be posted tomorrow on Sunday, so watch out for that. Jeremiah coming in hot with the 5 bones. Thank you, Jared, for being such an awesome person. We all appreciate all you do. We're and are so proud of you for keeping it 100 all the way. Thank you, man. I do appreciate that. And listen, guys, I try to read as many comments, and I appreciate how kind you guys are to me, how much you guys support the channel, because this channel doesn't exist without support, without you guys using my links and, all the shit you guys do. So thank you guys so much. I can't tell you how much it does mean to me that I'm able to do this. And, I love it. And I love all the support, man. You guys are awesome. So thank you guys, and shout out to you guys. Please don't forget to hit the like button. It does help me in the algorithm. And, man, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. Peace.